Moment Carl steps up, revealing he's a mercenary and asks everyone if they know where they are. Lyle, the carpenter, introduces himself, but he's just as clueless about why he's here. Grit nervously shares he ran a street stall, but he's got zero ideas about what's going on. Jenna says she lived in the forest, adorable, confused, and just as lost as everyone else. Islet Han, who's apparently a farmer, admits he has absolutely no idea what's happening either. 11 strangers stand inside a massive, mysterious structure, all wondering where they are and how they got here. Carl proposes wild theories, like being kidnapped by a mage, but the group agrees they're all from Tonia, and no one has answers. Suddenly, a fairy with attitude appears, telling everyone to stop talking nonsense and get ready to fight. The group stares in disbelief as the sparkly, tiny fairy hovers. Seriously, when did this turn into a glitter convention? The fairy, Isel, declares she's in charge, warning everyone to behave if they don't want trouble. The armored guy demands answers from the mysterious girl who just brought them here, but she brushes off his question with serious attitude. Furious, the armored guy calls her shameless for kidnapping them and threatens to make her talk at sword point. The mysterious girl stays calm and warns the guy to stop acting dumb if he wants to stay alive. Mocking her size, the armored guy charges up, but the girl just sighs, ready to give him a lesson in manners. The guy rushes in, but his shocked face says he seriously underestimated his opponent. Plot twist, not even Google could save him. His defeat is announced dramatically. He's gone, his spirit, redeemed, forever, cause of death extreme stress. Panicked, the crowd erupts. One blames the guy for not listening, desperately trying to pin the disaster on him. With a crazed grin, the girl warns everyone that if they touch her, they'll be toast. It's just self-defense, right? Chaos breaks out as they realize he's really dead. The survivors beg the girl to simply state what she wants. Suddenly, a system message appears: a party has been formed. Looks like this deadly game just got a lot more interactive. The mysterious girl watches as Lyle, Ranto, Marlon, Kelcard, and Jackson join Party 1, saying the master has finally started the challenge. With fierce determination, the girl rallies everyone, her eyes glowing with excitement, and shouts, "Everyone, get ready." Floating above a colossal sealed door, she commands, "Open up, crack of space and time." As energy starts swirling around her, the ancient gate glows with unbelievable power, pixelating and splitting open like someone just hit Ctrl+Alt+Delete on reality. A group of 5 stunned adventurers stare at the girl, hearing their names called as if they're being picked for cosmic dodgeball. The girl points at the glowing gate and tells them, if you don't want to end up like the last guy, you better step inside. Suddenly, a tiny, furious chibi version of the girl appears, yelling, "Wait a minute." Before the team can take a single step, one of the group, frustrated, demands, "You again? What is it now? Let the master choose the weapons, or do you really want a disaster?" The red-haired girl looks confused, thinking to herself, "Tower? What is this guy even talking about?" Maybe she missed the orientation video. Stats pop up for Moment Carl, a 2-star hero who just died. The girl realizes that's true and considers the group's request. The heroes are missing equipment and need gear if they want any chance at surviving the upcoming battle. A girl with horns rushes to type commands, racing to summon equipment for the heroes just in time. With a click, a system confirms the equipment summon, 10 pulls for 50,000 gold. This is more expensive than my last grocery trip. The system lists the results. An iron sword, a bow, and a morning star have been obtained for the team. The main character Han meets other survivors and tries to gather information, but admits he hasn't been here long. A red-haired girl warns that if they mess up, survival isn't guaranteed, ramping up the tension in the group. Han advises everyone to quickly grab whatever weapons they can, because the chaos is about to begin. As Han runs, one survivor panics about the meaning of starting. The reply is simple: the battle is about to go down. The survivors scramble to grab weapons, some confessing they've never fought before, but everyone's forced to choose fast. The whole squad, clutching their weapons, faces a glowing blue portal as they're ordered to charge forward, ready or not. The red-haired girl grills the black-haired guy. Why do they need weapons? What's up with the fairy, and where even are they? Suddenly, a message flashes: Marlon has fallen in battle. The black-haired guy freaks out. The girl panics. What happened? Message after message. 3 more have fallen. The guy tries to explain. I guess that's why they're 1 star. The girl is still confused. Lyle's gone too. It's official, Party 1 is wiped out. A guy with braids screams at the loss, having a meltdown. Heroes must regroup. The fairy gathers a new party. The red-haired girl whispers, "Why isn't anyone coming back out?" An old man fakes arthritis to avoid joining. The party is suspicious, but the fairy's patience is running thin. Who knew arthritis was contagious? The red-haired girl looks at the black-haired guy as he steps forward, determination shining in her eyes. The party tries to rally, help each other or perish. The old man complains about arthritis, but the fairy's overwhining. The guy worries, he's never held a spear before. They charge into a glowing portal as the fairy cheers. Someone jokes their stomach hurts. Seriously, the nerves are kicking in. A single determined foot steps onto the battlefield, ready to face the unknown, and he's not even wearing running shoes. The archer girl and her nervous teammate step into a massive, mysterious chamber, astonished by what's in front of them. The whole group stands before a glowing door. One guy asks, "What is this place?" Another guesses, "A temple?" Someone tries to read the writing on the wall. Words reveal a big surprise: main dungeon. Challenge floor 1. Stages conquered 0. The leader yells, "The gate is opening. Get ready." Everyone looks stressed, but there's no backing down now. The door bursts open, and the entire squad rushes forward into blinding light, weapons drawn. This is more intense than gym class dodgeball. Suddenly, they land in a wild battlefield, the sky burning behind them, everyone in shock at the new world. The sword guy stands tall while someone stammers, where are we?" He answers, "Where else?" as the red-haired girl braces herself. The mission appears floor 1, subjugation. Goblins level 3 charge at them, wild eyes gleaming. It's the battlefield. The leader warns, "I told you you'll die if you don't fight." Everyone sweats as he commands, "So, pull yourselves together." But instead, the rest sprint off screaming, dropping their weapons as the red-haired girl awkwardly grins. Well, guess cardio day paid off. Jenna and Dajil are terrified, all their stats just dropped by 30%. Even the old man claims his arthritis is gone from the fear. Everybody else is panicking too, stats tanked across the team. They charge ahead, but fear turns their escape into a disaster. Jenna spins around, shocked, yelling out, "A wall?" Clearly, this is not what she signed up for today. The trapped group screams, "Why can't we get out?" One dude's got back pain, another just wants to use the bathroom. Dajil freaks out, demanding, "Get rid of it immediately." Honestly, this guy acts like Wi-Fi went down for 5 minutes. Han watches everyone panic and says what we're all thinking, how pathetic. Jenna, sweating, nervously calls out to Han, hoping he has a plan to get them out of this wild mess. Jenna points to the goblins and asks Han, "Can we get out if we kill those goblins?" "That's the Mr. Beast energy I'm looking for." Han asks if Jenna knows how to use a bow. She nails it. "My father was a hunter." "Let's go, archery squad." Jenna's worried about the others, but Han says, "Ignore them. They won't be of help." Looks like it's all on them now. The monster roars, showing off a mouth full of fangs that could eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner all at once. Massive beasts charge at Islet Han and his team, axes ready, and the battlefield explodes into chaos. Islet Han stares down danger determined, but confesses he's never used a sword or shield before. Not the confidence I was hoping for. The monsters leap toward Islet Han, claws out, teeth bared, and things are looking super sketchy. Islet Han sweats but looks cool, revealing his real name is Han Seojin. Nothing like a name drop to spice up a deadly moment. Han Seojin realizes he's stuck in a game where luck runs everything. Good news for him. My luck is way worse. An orc's attack shatters the ground as the battle gets even more intense, debris flying everywhere. Han Seojin and his red-haired teammate do a synchronized dodge while being attacked from all sides, like an anime obstacle course. Suddenly, everything freezes as Han Seojin stands before a mysterious, glowing ancient door. Totally not ominous at all. He sees a game loading screen, "Pick Me Up," by Mobius. Turns out Han Seojin's worst boss fight is inside a mobile game. The challenge is to reach the 100th floor, gathering resources and building a team while making huge strategy moves. Yesterday, my life was basic. Then this game's special event dropped, and I jumped right in. Sitting on my couch, I dive into the Transcendental Advent event, wondering what game-breaking twist is coming. I'm seriously unlucky, never gotten higher than a 5-star hero, but this dungeon could finally change my luck. Pick Me Up is way tougher than other games. When a hero dies, that's it, no second chances. So, I'm sending my expendable team first. If they go down, at least my squad can still order pizza. Suddenly, every warning in the book pops up. My entire party is terrified, and this doesn't feel like just a game anymore. My top hero's stats take a nosedive of 30%. Even Diora wants out, but I just want to know why everyone's so freaked. No stress, I just need to watch for the boss's patterns and figure out what makes this dungeon tick. Dior is totally losing it and panicking. Honestly, it's like when you get the blue shell in Mario Kart and know it's over. The boss is level 999 and has a name that looks like a computer bug. This can't be real, right? Our main guy calls out the system for being totally broken as his team gets wiped out instantly. He points at the screen, frustrated that the boss shredded everyone before he could even try to learn anything. Suddenly, a creepy monster with a toothy grin appears out of nowhere and says, "Found you." Another player, super confused, wonders if he's supposed to see a pattern, but the game's not following the script. Everything goes dark. The player panics. Now he can't see anything at all. Out of the darkness, a message pops up, "Creating your account." The player wonders, account? A weird name selection system forces him to pick anything. He jokes if it stands for anything, which would be epic for usernames. Suddenly, he's welcomed by name to Pick Me Up, and told to start a tutorial for a reward he didn't even ask for. The main character drops into a burning world, super confused, and realizes he's actually inside the game. Looks like his subscription just got a major upgrade. An unknown enemy invades the land, and chaos erupts everywhere. If you want to save the world, you've got to climb the mysterious tower. In the burning city, our main guy steps into the smoke, looking determined and just a little bit terrified. Suddenly, a tutorial quest pops up on screen. Step 1: take down the goblins that just invaded the town. The hero stares down a goblin, confused and panicked. Gee, goblins? What is this message? Clearly, this isn't your average Tuesday. It's not realistic at all. The hero freaks out, realizing reality just hit harder than a flying dodgeball in gym class. But our hero doesn't need time to accept things. When goblins attack, you adapt or get stomped. A goblin lunges in a wild attack, but the hero fights back, swinging his weapon with everything he's got. As victory flashes, a beam of light brings out a super rare hero, Shay. Guess the hero's luck is better than my lottery tickets. Summon? A summon? The guy mutters, still covered in dirt and blood, wondering just what's going on here. Then he thinks, wait, was I summoned to this world too? Now that's what I call an existential crisis. Shay Lathastery shows up, asking who dared to summon her and demands to know what's going on. Han Seojin awkwardly introduces himself. Shay finds his name weird and corrects him by repeating it wrong again. Classic awkward first meeting. A prompt appears asking if Han wants to form a party. Instantly, Han and Shay team up, making for an unstoppable and pretty odd duo. Their master tosses Han and Shay into a dungeon. Shay wipes out goblins like it's nothing while Han freaks out. He's never held a sword in his life. Thanks to Shay's insane stats, they clear the stage easily. Shay earns MVP while Han realizes 3 stars make a huge difference, like comparing a bicycle to a Ferrari. Just when Han thinks it's over, the real trouble begins. A new tutorial stage opens with a mysterious door that promises to enhance heroes. The system tells Han to use synthesis to enhance his heroes. Han sees what's coming and panics. This is not what he signed up for. Suddenly, 2 fairies appear out of nowhere, yelling at Han to hurry to the master. They're basically like gym coaches on espresso. Han recognizes one of the fairies as Isel, but she freaks out and demands to know how he knows her name. Awkward encounters just won't stop. Han explains he's a pick-me-up user, but the fairy can't believe his name. She misreads it and they both end up confused, like when Starbucks spells your name wrong. Seojin is freaking out as everyone wonders why she doesn't look like the photo. She demands to be sent home before losing her cool. The black-haired guy quizzes Seojin about being from Earth. She claps back, of course I am. What, should I be from Mars? The world suddenly shifts. Seojin's shocked, the guy's confused, both questioning reality and about to lose their minds. Their panic turns into an argument. Seojin wants someone else to go first, but he refuses, claiming he'll die if he steps in. In the middle of the chaos, the black-haired guy gets shoved right into the next room while the knight calmly waits. The knight mutters, so loud, while Seojin is on the floor, still recovering from the surprise move. A mysterious message appears. Master, the synthesis is starting. Whatever that means, it can be good for Seojin. Seojin's hands are engulfed in blue flames. He's got the look of someone who just realized he left the oven on. Seojin shouts, damn it, it started, as blue energy wraps around him. He looks like he's charging up for a boss fight. Turns out, synthesis is like hero fusion. One of them gets super strong, but the other is basically toast. That's not a great BOGO deal. 2 heroes try a dangerous power-up fusion, but only one can survive and absorb everything. Islet Han is just a 1-star hero. Shay Lathastery is a legendary 4-star knight. No one expects Han to win. Han panics, totally convinced he's about to get erased because who would ever pick a 1-star over a 4-star? Boom. The fusion actually works. Han survives, totally confused, probably expecting a Windows error screen. Shay starts to fade away, becoming pure energy as Han desperately asks why she's disappearing instead of him. Shay just smiles and tells Han she wasn't chosen. Ouch. Talk about rough luck in hero school. She gives Han a smile, leaving her fate and mission in his hands as she vanishes. As Shay dissolves into light, she calls out Han's name, like she's passing him the world's hardest homework. Han stands there shocked, no clue what just happened, probably wishing for an instruction manual right now. Somewhere else, a 1-star hero named Greet meets a dramatic end and gets memorialized. At least he'll be famous. Monsters charge out of nowhere, and these guys have 0 time to breathe. Han Seojin yells to stay sharp or you're toast. Seojin's fighting for his life against a monster, barely dodging claws. He's thinking, I survived, somehow. Ever try to combine heroes in a game and mess it up? Yeah, that's what this fight feels like for Seojin. One wrong move, bye-bye hero. Han Seojin blames the master for being clueless. He got lucky, but Shay's out, and now he's questioning this broken game. Red-haired girl claims she got 1 monster, but there's more coming. Seojin wants answers but they're running out of time. Before anyone can think, Seojin is attacked again. He's screaming, swinging, and hoping he doesn't miss. Han Seojin's got no idea how he landed in this nightmare, but he knows one thing. He's got to survive. Han Seojin, a so-called 1-star hero, just got summoned and is probably wishing for a 5-star refund. A monster yells back at Seojin, sparks and rocks flying everywhere. Seojin's fighting like he's allergic to losing. Right before being sucked into this chaos, a level 999 bug monster just grinned at Seojin. like an evil dentist showing off. Suddenly, everything goes wild. Shadows attack and drag me across the battlefield, and I know exactly what did it. A dark monster with glowing eyes stands before me. Bad idea, buddy, you just messed with the wrong person. Swords, armor, and chaos everywhere. The black-haired guy and his red-haired friend brace themselves in the aftermath. The red-haired girl is shocked about his injured arm, but the guy just shrugs it off and promises he'll be fine. He sits battered, reflecting on this wild game world where heroes do most of the fighting and yet millions play. Turns out, you don't control combat, you watch, almost like a god, seeing every win and fail from above. The guy smirks through the dirt. He taunts, "Are you having fun?" Clearly, he's ready for the next challenge. He explains he's always loved this game, finding hidden features, crafting, pulling off clever tactics. No rage quitting allowed. Introducing himself as Loki, the 5th place ranker, he's the master of masters. He dares you to watch him survive to the end. Stage clear. Jenna levels up, tons of rewards drop in. Honestly, getting loot like this is better than finding fries at the bottom of the bag. Islet Han just became MVP, looking like the coolest dude in the game right now. Almost everyone else got wiped out in combat. Looks like Islet Han is the last hope for this entire team. Only Islet Han and Jenna Sarai are left standing. Who's your money on to win this wild challenge? I decided to stop whining and just accept my new life. Whining is for kids, and I'm not a kid anymore. This is Pick Me Up, a world where I was summoned as a weak 1-star hero. From the start, life's already unfair. There are only 2 ways for a hero like me to die, and neither of them sounds fun. You either die in battle or get compounded. And being a 1-star? That's basically hero code for disposable. My stats are terrible, my growth rate stinks, and if I don't get stronger, I'll end up compounded for sure. I have to become stronger, no other option. If I survive and get strong enough, maybe I can even take revenge. No clue what's coming next, but if I don't adjust fast, I'm done for. This training reminds me of my military days. Yikes. It's not just my body, I need to toughen up my mind too. No one survives here with a weak mentality. I grew up alone, no parents to protect me. I need that same toughness and tension again to push through. While doing push-ups, a red-haired girl walks up and asks what I'm doing. I guess my workout isn't as private as I hoped. Han is pushing himself to the limit, training hard to be strong enough to fight monsters, but Jenna interrupts him with concern. Jenna grabs her bow and says she couldn't sleep, realizing there's no escape. They have to decide what steps to take next. Jenna confidently pulls back her bowstring, explaining her dad was a hunter, so she's been training with archery her whole life. She nails the target dead center and says whining won't fix anything. She's all about action and survival. That practice dummy just learned the meaning of headshot. Jenna is all about aiming for survival. Maybe the dummy needs a helmet next time. Han wipes sweat from his brow, asking if yesterday was really Jenna's first real fight. He wonders just how good she is with a bow. As Jenna draws her arrow, her stats flash on screen. She's leveling up fast. Even if her stats are lower, her determination stands out. Han thinks Jenna is tough. She even kept going after so much loss and knows what she wants. He decides to help her level up. Jenna reaches out, smiling, saying connections are what really matter in life. Her dad gave her the best advice ever. They shake hands, and the system flashes. Jenna feels goodwill. With a partnership bonus unlocked, teamwork might just save them both. The guy shouts for Isel, desperate for answers about this bizarre world. Things are already getting weird and you know it's about to escalate. Isel zooms in like she's on espresso, yelling she's busy. Our hero jokes about her speed. Maybe she moonlights as Sonic the Hedgehog. Isel refuses to explain anything, challenging him to climb the tower for answers. He wonders if he's the only one seeing gamer stats pop up everywhere. He calls out Isel's level, 257. She pretends she doesn't know what he's talking about, but the gigantic number above her says otherwise. Isel panics about him seeing the stats window, but quickly realizes she's said too much. He confirms she's definitely hiding something. He asks what happens if the master quits. Isel just says to pray that never happens. That's not ominous at all, totally comforting. We see rare character cards and realize he was a super lucky mistake, like pulling a legendary in your first loot box and then tripping over a rock. He questions if time works differently here. Isel freaks out, refusing to give him any real info and basically rage quitting the conversation. He grins, saying thanks for the hint about time. Isel is furious, calling him 1-star trash. Someone clearly needs a Snickers. Our guy realizes the fairy can't actually hurt him unless self-defense is needed. He decides to adapt or get eliminated, because that's how this game world rolls. The black-haired guy asks what's going on, and the red-haired girl reveals they have to climb a tower with 100 stages. She explains that someone called Master gives orders, and if they clear 100 stages, maybe they'll escape. The girl worries about fighting monsters, while the guy says that's why he's training so hard. No pressure, right? She wonders if it's just them, but he says Master can summon more people, so the squad could get bigger anytime. He realizes every choice he makes is literally a life or death decision. Not exactly your average Monday, but let's be real, their fates are in Master's hands. It's like being stuck in a group project you can't leave. After a long, intense day of training, he finally learns a weird but important rule about how this world works. Food and daily stuff magically refill each day, and if you imagine something, it pops up. Except, sorry, Nerf guns don't count. Training changes people in totally different ways, and even heroes with the same rank can have wildly different powers. The one thing all the strong heroes share is they never skip training. Even if it doesn't boost stats, it sharpens their skills. The red-haired hero shouts as panic erupts. The master is searching for heroes who can keep calm when chaos strikes. Now it's about skills. High-ranking heroes start off strong, but low-ranked talents are like Easter eggs. You gotta hunt them down. Third up, it all comes down to physical capability. You might have the mindset and the moves, but can you handle the heat? Our main guy flexes, determined to level up his strength. I mean, he looks like he skipped leg day, but not arm day. Suddenly, the sky lights up. On the third day of intense training, a special message blares. Master has joined the game. Islet Han checks his stats from training, new skills unlocked. His teammate urges him to get ready. The big moment is finally here. The master is summoning new heroes. The team wonders who else will join, hoping for 3 more to fill the party. Heroes Eren, Toby, and Yelsens appear, looking totally confused. Where am I? One shouts. That's what I want to know, says another. The red-haired hero wastes no time. Get ready to fight, she shouts. The newcomers are bewildered. Just your average Monday, right? Suddenly, a portal cracks open like a cosmic egg. The team braces themselves. Whatever's coming through, it's gonna be wild. Eren, Toby, and Yelsens just joined the party, but now they're in a panic. Jenna grabs her weapon, ready for chaos. The game warns everyone, no weapon, no chance. Our guy realizes things are bad since nobody has gear left from the last round. The group turns on each other, demanding answers. Jenna and another try to calm things down, but nerves are high. Chaos breaks out as people plead for their lives. Jenna asks if they'll all die, but he says just don't upset the boss. 2 guys drop to the floor instantly after a warning. The boss says, listen to me, or end up like those guys. The villain gives a big, glitchy smile and tells them to have fun. Classic, right? She really could host a game night. Suddenly, the group is transported to floor 2. The mission is loud and clear, conquest. Eliminate every single enemy. Confused and scared, the team gets into defensive mode. Jenna, are you ready? Why yeah, and the battle is about to start. Out of nowhere, crazy monsters appear. Prairie wolves and a goblin, all level 4. These things look like they skipped puppy training. Fear hits hard. Eren, Toby, and Yelsen's stats drop by 30%. Everyone's freaked out and wondering, what even is this? Jenna is so scared her stats dropped by 30%, and she wonders if anyone else is freaking out too. The black-haired guy thinks Jenna just needs a break, but she charges in screaming like she saw her phone battery at 1%. Jenna yells at him for scaring her as he calmly assigns her the goblins while he goes for the wolves. Suddenly, Jenna is no longer scared, but the newbies in the back are just standing there like they're lost at Walmart. The black-haired guy raises his shield as 2 massive wolves charge straight at them. One wolf jumps right at him, jaws open, and he yells, it's a showdown between man and wolf. He delivers a powerful kick, launching the wolf sky high. The wolves weren't ready for that move. The wolf lands, but it's not dead. He blames his weak weapon, wishing for something stronger. Even with a crappy weapon, he manages to take one down. Sometimes it's not the gear, it's the guts. He checks again, and the wolf still isn't down. Maybe he should call tech support for that sword. Our main guy charges in, smashing through the chaos with his sword, determined to take down the first monster he sees. Everything shakes as he charges, gripping his dagger tight. The look in his eyes says he's not backing down. Suddenly, a wolf monster leaps at him, fangs bared, smashing into his shield and testing every ounce of his strength. Pushing through the pain, he counters with a fierce swing, refusing to let the monster get the best of him. Leaping back, he spins around and slashes with a blue arc, unleashing everything on the wolf standing in his way. Standing victorious, he pants and demands, what happened to the goblin? No break for our hero. Even wolves can't keep up with him. Out of nowhere, his red-haired teammate appears, bow in hand, confused but proud, joking it's just a hedgehog. Maybe next up fighting Sonic? As she breathes heavily, the main guy reminds her to stop, they've already won. She nods, relieved and ready for what's next. A digital message pops up, congratulating them on clearing the 2nd floor. The entire team walks toward the glowing portal to the next challenge. His partner freaks out as reality seems to bend around them. Our main guy calmly explains, new floor, new chaos. Let's see what the 3rd brings. If you're a master, you get sent to the 3rd floor immediately, but in this state, that's basically impossible. The main character wonders what will happen next and if he's really supposed to clear the 3rd floor. Suddenly, it's announced that the master has logged off, and the main character breathes a huge sigh of relief. The intense fairy companion complains about being exhausted, but our main guy reminds her they did all the actual work. He calculates that with time moving faster inside, he can only log in every 3 days if he clears a floor per day. Like a really weird gym schedule. Checking his stats, Islet Han realizes his strength is leveling up, and his physique is finally improving. The group debates pushing forward, worried about danger on each floor. The mustache guy yells, "Why'd I even have to fight?" Islet Han realizes most people here aren't fighters. They've avoided the front lines their whole lives and have no clue how to handle swords. Now it makes sense. 1 stars are considered disposable, while 2 stars like Molman are the real mercenaries. High-ranking heroes never hesitate, but every 1-star panics during battle. Makes sense. They probably can't even win at rock, paper, scissors. 3-star fighters jump straight into action, totally ready for battle without hesitation. Did they know their purpose from the start? The black-haired guy insists Shay would have known everything, sparking a heated conversation with the redhead archer. The redhead asks why he didn't help the others, but he brushes it off, saying he should turn them into colleagues. Meanwhile, another group watches, thinking those who don't fight will vanish soon anyway, like socks after laundry day. The lead guy announces only he and the archer will fight in the next round, telling the rest not to worry. The black-haired leader dodges the redhead's questions, saying he finds it annoying and starts to walk away. Suddenly, one of the frustrated guys grabs the leader's shirt, demanding answers, their faces just inches apart. The leader knocks the guy down instantly, calling out the group for slacking off while he did all the hard work. After the confrontation, the black-haired guy asks the archer if she's happy now, and she grins, mission accomplished. The day ends and training carries on into tomorrow, but something tells me these dummies are the only ones keeping up. Han powers up in training, leveling up both his sword and shield techniques just by swinging wooden swords and dodging arrows with Jenna. Meanwhile, the other 3 bailed on training, pretending to search for an escape that definitely doesn't exist. Jenna unleashes a rain of arrows, while Han goes wild, slashing and blocking like a total boss. Han blocks an arrow but gets hit, gritting his teeth while Jenna checks if he's okay. He brushes it off like a pro. Han's wound glows with blue energy, unlocking the legendary pain tolerance skill. Definitely wish I could unlock that for leg day. Han keeps pushing through the pain, saying every hit just proves he's still alive. Now that's some hardcore motivation. Jenna begs for a break, but Han yells again, until his skills fuse into an epic new sword and shield move. Suddenly, a mysterious message pops up, "Welcome to Pick Me Up." Is Han unlocking another challenge right now? A serious girl with black hair commands everyone to gather at the square, warning there'll be trouble if they don't listen. After intense training, Jenna and Han stretch it out. Jenna's feeling pumped, saying, "I am quite driven," and Han admits she's adapting way faster. These guys are absolutely losing it over eating only potatoes and having to fight again. One even screams, "Please send me back." The dark-haired girl gets angry and literally launches a grown man into orbit. She must have skipped breakfast today. Everybody's running wild. The redhead is panicking, and suddenly it's chaos with people shouting, "Save me," and "You're all going to die." After all that chaos, the potato guys stand bruised and totally defeated as someone commands, "Now, hurry up and go back." This is getting ridiculous. Suddenly, werewolf-looking monsters fill the field. Welcome to floor 3. Our mission is to annihilate all the enemies. Sounds fun, right? With shield and sword in hand, the main guy and the redhead rally everybody. Let's go. Time to put those training montages to work. He's slashing through these wolf monsters like he's mowing the lawn. 3rd floor barely puts up a fight. Stage clear. Jenna gets MVP. They score coins and loot, but seriously, both say this round was kinda boring. Like, where's the final boss already? The redhead sees the other guys still don't want to fight. Our main guy shrugs and says, "Fine by me, I'm not sharing XP anyway." Suddenly the game tells us to make the lazy heroes run circles to make them more active. Is this an RPG or gym class? Next challenge unlocked. 4 adventurers step onto the 1st floor, thinking the challenge seems safe. But even they know in games, safe is just the first trap. Suddenly, monstrous beasts with glowing red eyes charge straight at them, looking like they just skipped the angry pet section in the manual. Jenna pulls off a wild win with her bow, nabbing MVP and the team's reward. Take that, evil dog things. Their leader considers the next move, knowing if they breeze through, the challenges won't stay easy long. No nap time here. As they clear floors and stack rewards, Han lands the MVP title. The next stage brings goblins. Someone forgot to choose peaceful mode. Exhausted and catching their breath, Jenna and Han wonder if the game will ever give them a proper break. Spoiler, probably not. Meanwhile, other players grumble about babysitting duty, ready to call it a day. Everyone deserves a union break, right? Jenna thinks they're done, but Han suspects the so-called master has even weirder plans. Nobody's collecting butterflies here. An ominous tower starts rumbling. Something called synthesis begins, and in games, that never means free ice cream. The group stares confused as the master's new challenge pops up. Choose heroes to sacrifice for synthesis. That's one way to recycle party members. Sung Jin-woo looks determined, knowing that heroes who are sacrificed will die, but he's ready to take the ultimate risk for everyone. The map reveals every crucial location, training halls, summoning halls, and even a synthesis chamber. This place is more confusing than IKEA. We arrived at this mysterious building, and you already know, when the doors look suspicious, something wild is about to happen. The main character got a massive chance, like winning the lottery, but way more stressful. It turns out, someone's watching everything like a video game, tracking who's slacking and who's a legend. Suddenly, orders are flying. Han, Jenna, Elson, get inside the synthesis center. Han tries to calm Jenna. Elson freaks out, asking what happens if they go in. Han says, you'll probably be judged for what you've done. Elson loses it, yelling that he was dragged here for no reason. Even the side character's rage gets a compliment. Elson, sweating and panicked, asks what more they want. He's told doing nothing is even worse, just get inside already. The building seals up, and a screen flashes. Will you synthesize? Meanwhile, Elson is losing his mind on the inside. Elson screams as blue energy swirls around him. Either he's leveling up or having the world's worst spa day. Suddenly, Jenna steps out, stronger than ever with a brand new skill, while Elson just vanished into thin air. Han tells the red-haired girl that in this place, useless people get sacrificed, and he thinks he's next on the chopping block. Two nervous guys realize one of them will be chosen. It's basically the least fun game of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. A fierce girl shouts, loudly calling out Han and Toby. The suspense just skyrocketed. Toby panics as Han steps up confidently, looking completely calm under pressure. Toby suddenly bursts out laughing, thinking he's safe and about to leave. Han couldn't look more unimpressed. Toby screams as a message flashes synthesis complete. Toby turns into light and vanishes. Han levels up and gets the skill composure. Guess he finally put remaining chill on his resume. The blonde guy tells Han he got lucky, but Han looks like he's seen way too much today. Red-haired girl asks Han why he's so gloomy, teasing him for complaining about cleaning, like this is some extreme version of chores. The red-haired girl anxiously wonders if she'll disappear too if she ever becomes useless, really putting the unemployment in unemployment anxiety. The dark-haired guy explains the higher the floor, the more dangerous the monsters and the worse the fate for humans. He tells the red-haired girl to listen to her father's advice and choose the right side if she wants to live. The next day, training begins with dummies. The girl enthusiastically throws herself in, making the guy wonder if she ate something weird. The red-haired girl shouts, desperate for protection, promising to stay loyal if he'll keep his word this time. The dark-haired guy is impressed, assuring her that as long as she does her part, she won't die. He sounds just like my gym teacher. Suddenly, a new voice begs to join in. Someone else wants protection too, probably realizing chores are scarier than monsters. The blonde guy apologizes, admitting he was a coward and promising to stop making things difficult for the group. The dark-haired guy asks if he can be trusted, and the blonde offers to kneel in apology, finally showing he's serious. The girl asks if the dark-haired guy has experience fighting monsters. He reveals he learned by being determined to survive. The dark-haired guy tosses the blonde a spear, telling him to start with something simple and asks if he knows the concept of noble, mid, and long. The red-haired girl breaks down the weapon strategy, melee, mid, and long range. It's like a rock-paper-scissors game, but with way more danger. She says this combo is the ultimate for 3 people starting from scratch. Honestly, more effective than my group projects in school. The black-haired guy tosses a weapon, telling his friend to get ready to fight. Nothing like team spirit under pressure. The blonde guy panics, asking if he's not supposed to learn first. Maybe he should have watched a YouTube tutorial. The black-haired guy admits he's never held a spear either. I learned on my own. You can too. Now that's some Mr. Beast level tough love. The fight gets wild as he attacks, reminding the blonde he should be grateful. At least he's not practicing with a scarecrow this time. Blondie screams and swings wildly, but closes his eyes mid-attack. Well, that's one way to dodge responsibility. He bends over, exhausted, while the black-haired guy says he'd be monster chow if this was real. Phew, harsh, but not wrong. The red-haired girl says he's being too harsh on day 1, but he says he won't carry any deadweight. In this group, you sink or swim. Black-haired dude asks if the blonde has family. The answer? A little sister back home. The tough guy says, you're better off, I've got nobody. With intense determination in his glowing eyes, the boy's confidence skyrockets. Something big is about to go down. He spends 500 gems to instantly build a weapon storage. You know it's getting real when your base starts leveling up. The main character walks through the new base, realizing the blacksmith is finally unlocked. Time to upgrade everything. Isel appears, annoyed as always. The guy calls her out, and she snaps back with classic sass. Duel of the attitude. Isel throws a mini tantrum. He's just like, can you use the internet if you mess with the system? Priorities, right? Turns out, Isel is a pro at web surfing, dropping strategy tips straight from online forums. She basically speed runs Google. The main guy talks about a legendary user named Loki, revealing he's a forum nerd too. Isel is seriously shocked. Isel turns fan crazy, calling Loki a god of pick-me-up. If Loki had a 7-star hero, he'd be more legendary than pineapple on pizza. Why do you even like Loki so much? He asks. Isel admires how Loki makes the impossible possible, dream big or go home. As Isel gushes, the guy just sighs and admits, I feel so sorry for you. Looks like even heroes get tired of drama sometimes. The girl with twin braids swings around, shocked, demanding, what did you say? As drama fills the air, the mysterious guy steps forward, his eyes glowing blue, and says confidently, "I am Loki." The girl excitedly explains Loki makes the impossible possible, while teasing him for not knowing pickup lines as a player. Loki apologizes, but the girl launches herself into the air like a rocket, maybe auditioning for the next superhero movie. Loki leans in, repeating, "I am Loki," making it sound like a dramatic movie reveal. The girl outside the building stammers in disbelief, but tries to call Loki out with, "What kind of lie?" Loki calmly explains account secrets, daring her to verify his identity, and jokes about giving away his Google account. The girl frantically types at her floating keyboard, shouting, "No way." For real? As she checks his info, another character silently approves, and the girl explodes, demanding Loki's autograph to become a top fan. Loki asks about the Ragnar Loki Club, and the girl gleefully explains it's his biggest fan cafe, and his autograph is the golden ticket. The girl realizes she's been boasting to the real boss all along and starts freaking out inside her head. She tries to stop the guy, asking what happens to Niflheimer if he leaves, but he just shrugs her off. Niflheimer is a massive lounge with 13 floors, built to hold 20,000 people, fully maxed out. But the guy doesn't care. He's like, "So what? The master is here now." The girl panics about the 20,000 troops, but he says she can handle it if she wants, no pressure. She admits she can't do it, and he teases her for being just a middle manager with no real power. They break down the situation like it's a video game. Earth humans own this world, but the heroes aren't ice. Turns out, the real owner has no idea heroes are actual living people, just playing for fun. The guy asks if clearing the 100th stage gets him back to Earth, but she has no idea, like asking Google something mysterious. He gets serious and asks who brought him here, but all he gets is a pretty mysterious, "I can't answer." Isel apologizes, but she's determined to climb the tower on her own terms, no hand-holding needed. The main guy asks Isel about her access to the master's authority, and she explains she can open and close places to help. Overlooking a massive base, he wonders if every master's lounge is just like this one. Realization hits. The world he's in is just one of a million. That's more worlds than there are cat videos online. He learns that the system claiming infinite heroes actually split people into a million separate worlds, not just some AI invention. Our main character feels guilty, realizing his game decisions might have been life or death calls in another reality. Isel confidently offers her help, promising she'll guide him to the top of the tower if he listens. Jenna shines in training, figuring out dagger moves super fast, even though she never held one before. Meanwhile, Eren struggles during the fight and is way too slow. At this rate, he's gonna need extra lives. Jenna teases Eren, but the main guy tells her not to get cocky, reminding everyone who the real teacher is. The tiny servant loses it, screaming at Isel for following Han around and demanding to be recognized as Han's #1 servant. The little servant tries to assert dominance but gets silenced by Han, who wants her to get back to work immediately. Han dangles his furious tiny servant, assuring Isel that she's not important, and jokes that she might just be an idiot. Han asks Isel to open the storage, revealing she can apparently unlock secret doors like some kind of medieval locksmith. They score supplies from the storage, and Han asks Isel to open the forge next. Turns out, you can't win battles with a butter knife. Han learns from Isel that he's half master, half hero, which means his identity crisis just leveled up. Someone get this guy a cape and a briefcase. Han wonders if being half master and half hero lets him sneak into the elite master's camp, because who wouldn't want bonus perks? The little servant freaks out, asking if Han is about to forge legendary weapons. Han shrugs it off, saying this forge isn't exactly premium. Han faces a horrible crafting penalty. His forge is lacking, he has no expert, and there's no blueprint. Who knew blacksmithing needed this much paperwork? Han boldly selects extreme hell difficulty for crafting, ignoring all warnings. He's either a genius or, never read the terms and conditions. This sword minigame is for the absolute masters, and trust me, the rewards will blow your mind if you can finish. 3 minutes on the clock. There are so many cubes, I can't even tell what shape I am supposed to make here. Our main guy grabs a glowing block and says, "No problem." Confident much? He's about to start. The girl's jaw drops. She's convinced this is the legendary God's hand technique. She's fangirling hard. With insane speed, our hero starts piecing everything together, hands moving so fast he looks like he's got Wi-Fi fingers. Huge success. He crafted a well-forged longsword, and the girl basically screams louder than my mom at a Black Friday sale. Han forges weapons like a boss, nailing a bow, spear, and shield, all C rank. Somebody give this guy a crafting show. Han stretches out, claiming the items aren't higher rank because the materials were trash. Even a fairy nags him to make more. The sun rises over the forest as leaves flutter down, setting the stage for incoming chaos. Seriously, even the trees feel tense. Suddenly, the red-haired girl slams her spear with massive force, splitting the ground like she's late for anger management. Shockwaves rip through the earth, leaving a crater so big you could lose your keys. Maybe that's just me though. On floor 4, Han, the red-haired girl, and a blonde guy get the conquest mission to defeat all enemies. Han worries someone will steal their stuff. Harpies and goblins appear, flexing their claws and wings. Han quickly orders Eren to protect Jenna while things get hectic. The group rushes into battle as Eren unleashes a terrified battle cry. Someone definitely skipped leg day at the gym. Eren freezes, his stats drop by 30%, and Han yells he's too excited. Talk about failing your performance review. Jenna smacks Eren back to his senses, shouting, "Get it together. If only you could buy bravery on Amazon." Eren looks terrified as feathers fall, realizing if they fail again, it's a game over for everyone. No pressure, right? In the middle of the chaos, the red-haired girl shouts at Eren not to mess up. He's already panicking, holding onto a spear. The fight gets wild. Eren points to danger while Han dives into action, dodging monstrous creatures attacking them from every side. They clear the stage. Eren levels up, Han's the MVP, and they score a bunch of rewards, including gold and some crafting goodies. Eren collapses, exhausted and covered in sweat, struggling just to stay standing. Was fighting monsters this hard in gym class? Han casually walks past, admitting he didn't do much, while Eren wonders what his future holds after barely surviving. Eren is added to favorites. The red-haired girl says he survived, and Eren can't believe he made the cut. Eren freaks out in excitement, shouting that he made it. Go ahead and wake up the neighbors, Eren. The red-haired girl jokes that Eren became subordinate number 2. Han shoots back, saying he's not really seeing himself as their boss. Han walks through the open doors, thinking about these new subordinates. Honestly, who knew saving the world was like building a YouTube team? Our main character's thinking hard, realizing his top subordinate is technically Ceres from Niflheimer. He reveals each party can have 5 members, all insanely overpowered, like 6-star legends and level 99 heroes. Since it's an AFK game, Ceres runs the show in Niflheimer, with Yerneth also crushing it as another brilliant ally. Turns out, both Ceres and Yerneth are so smart, you gotta wonder if they're even human, or just next-level AI. Yerneth hesitantly questions Ceres about his decision, but Ceres reminds Yerneth that every moment is precious, no time for hesitation here. Ceres tells Yerneth, "I'll leave the investigation to you," basically dropping the responsibility like it's hot potato. With a dramatic cape swirl, Yerneth accepts everything, including searching for their mysterious master, like a knight on a side quest. Suddenly, their hero lodging levels up to 2, unlocking more epic limits. Apparently, even buildings are grinding XP now. The restaurant and training center inside just hit level 2, so heroes get better food and train even faster. Somebody's eating well now. To top it off, weapon storage merges into an equipment workshop. This base is going full Fortnite, minus the dance battles. The square just leveled up to 2, and it looks insanely high-tech now. Things are getting epic fast. The red-haired girl is totally blown away, her jaw on the floor as she tries to process what just happened. The group can't believe their eyes. Is this all magic? How is any of this possible? Even the guy in black is stunned. They realize the tower's waiting rooms are getting more luxurious the higher they climb. Real people, real battles, way more fun. Turns out the mysterious master is loaded, buying expensive packages and making in-game life way easier. Richer than a broke student for sure. The main guy explains gems are super rare. Unlike other games, getting freebies here is tough, unless you're ready to spend big cash. Suddenly, 10 summons are about to start. The main guy is laser-focused, hoping for the craziest heroes to join their wild adventure. Summoning again? The group pivots, joking it's time for housewarming. If new heroes show up, hope they bring gifts, not bills. There are 2 ways to summon: use gold for regular or splash out gems for advanced. Gems definitely lure wallets out. Random people suddenly materialize in total confusion. One guy was just at home, now he's like, "Where am I? Welcome to the tower, buddy." The main guy wakes up confused, totally lost, and someone else is just as clueless about what's going on. An older guy panics as he's threatened, desperately asking, "Who are you guys?" as the tension ramps up. With zero patience, the main character tells everyone to be quiet and survive, promising answers only if they live. Suddenly, a fairy in gothic clothes demands attention, asking if anyone is a carpenter and signaling them to a group. The fairy keeps listing jobs: blacksmith, tanner, cook, while the crowd freaks out and gets absolutely no explanation. The red-haired girl asks what's happening, and the main guy tells her the fairy's handing out roles because new facilities appeared. The fairy floats above everyone, hinting the system is changing, because maybe resurrected losers had other careers. The camera reveals a crazy steampunk fortress labeled Niflheimer, so this isn't your regular neighborhood. The fairy interrupts again, yelling at everyone to focus, and keeps recruiting carpenters for a mysterious new mission. Our main guy explains to the red-haired girl that they're dividing roles now, so it's like fantasy career day with fewer snacks. 4 heroes are dragged into a party, and if you don't have any stars, you gotta fight with your bare hands. No potatoes for the weak. The master separates the strong from the weak, tossing the rookies straight into the dungeon. If you can't adapt, well, nature handles that part. John has already died in the first stage. The black-haired guy wonders why no one explains anything. Guess Darwin's doing the tutorials now. Teddy bites the dust next. Only 2 left, but hey, 50% survival isn't the worst ratio, unless you're the one who's toast. Panic hits as names are called and everyone's told to fight monsters. Someone panics hard, claiming fighting isn't their thing. Like me with Monday mornings. The tall blonde bravely volunteers to fight beside them but gets told to back off. Teamwork makes the dream work, sometimes. The redhead asks if her friends always like this. He sighs, and she suggests adding Eren, even if his fighting skills aren't exactly pro level. A prompt pops up. Eren wants to join the party. The leader eyes him skeptically, then a tip says, heroes want combat. They really do better when fighting. The black-haired guy tells Eren not to follow his lead, but to help the team. Eren nods, determined, and the group heads deeper into the chaos. The redhead wants to eat something besides potatoes. The leader wonders if she even knows what tact is. Potatoes must haunt her dreams by now. The sky is shining down, watching us like a god might. No pressure, right guys? Red-haired girl's feeling that cosmic stare. It's almost like being watched on a live stream. The main guy says chill, even gods don't read every single comment. Your kitchen drama is safe, for now. Eren and the crew return after a fight, with only one goblin down. Nice, nobody died. Heading home. Redhead seriously wants to know, is this finally the end of the potato diet? The team is pumped to see the upgraded dining room. Dreams of high-class meals start dancing. Redhead is so hype, she reacts like someone just served gourmet steak, but Eren says turkey's fine too. Plot twist. Dinner is just a giant bowl of potatoes. Even their cook looks scared of his own recipe. The main guy checks the cook's stats, 0 cooking skills. He's basically the Gordon Ramsay of disappointment. Sitting back, the boss asks the big question, does literally anyone here even know how to cook? Chloe gets chosen to be the new cook, and she's honestly more surprised than if she'd won the lottery. A pop-up asks if Chloe should replace Dolph as the cook. Even Chloe's not sure she wants this kitchen job. Dolph tries to defend his cooking skills, but gets totally called out for lying. Honesty 101, don't fib about potatoes. The boss warns Dolph this is his final chance. You can almost see the sweat dripping down Dolph's face. Chloe serves up a magic feast of potatoes, fries, rolls, and stew. Who knew the secret ingredient was actually effort? The group is told to eat up while they listen, and the leader's speech is so intense it could season the food itself. Doubts fly around the table, so the main guy shares no one started brave. Now, the pep talk is on, and everyone feels pumped. Enoch asks what he and Chloe will do now. Turns out, teamwork makes the dream work, in the kitchen and everywhere else. Dolph tries to keep his job by claiming he's a carpenter too, but the leader jokes about sending him to synthesis. Guess he's not nailing it. The leader drops a final warning, non-combat jobs are safer, but skills matter. If you slack off, it's time to fight. Maybe for the last slice. On the second day, my peaceful life vanished, and now I am holding a sword, asking if just 3 people want to challenge me. Guide, Hansen, and Dika step up for training, but everyone else is still hiding, looking for somewhere safe. Training gets intense fast. Eren's influence has got these guys fired up, but I've still got a massive stat lead over them. Jonah's skills are nuts. She's leveled up her archery and dagger fighting faster than I leveled up my YouTube subscribers. Eren's been grinding the hardest. His spear skill is stuck at level 2, but at least he's first to train and last to quit. My team all hit level 1 swordsmanship, and their vibes actually match. Seriously, teamwork is their real superpower. After a few days, another event kicks off, but this time Eren and the trio totally handled everything without me stepping in. The thinning process only claimed 1 person. Jonah notices more people showing up, and I have a feeling the party's just getting started. Jonah wonders why the master is stuck at stage 4, but he's been chilling there for ages. Maybe he's binge-watching anime? I explain, the 5th stage is a whole new ballgame, and we don't even have all our party members picked yet. Stay tuned. Every 5 stages, this tower gets wild. Imagine a new boss fight each time. Even I'm doubting if I can make it out. The stakes are huge, and training might not be enough. If this gets any harder, I'm not telling Jenna how bad it is. Meet our all-star squad: Gina, Ivan, Mavin, Lox, and more. Luckily, Enoch and Chloe bring snacks, or, at least, support. We're on floor 4 and the only way out is to annihilate every single monster in the dungeon. Winged beasts swoop in while terrifying monsters charge, and honestly, those teeth look like they floss with swords. The team braces themselves, shields up, while the strategy guy reminds them to let the pros handle the stabbing. The shield guys unleash a huge battle cry, either pure bravery or someone stepped on a Lego. Monster claws smash down, but the squad holds formation. Teamwork makes the dream work. The blonde strikes back, combining everyone's power instead of solo attacks, team tournaments for the win. The main character's like, I could clear this stage alone, but they need practice, not just me flexing. Stage clear. Guide and Hansen level up. Jenna's MVP, and the loot is coins, iron, and, surprise, leather. Even with the win, they're nervous. Next floor is a mystery, and soon, solo play won't cut it. The shield squad celebrates victory, claiming it was a piece of cake. If cake screamed and tried to eat you first, the redhead gives props, and the main guy agrees. They actually pulled it off together. The master logs off more, but the team scores big. Now they've got a blacksmith and tanner making awesome equipment. The blacksmith and tanner team up with the carpenter, cranking out E-rank swords and shields for all the new heroes. But for the main party, only the best weapons and gear make the cut. These guys are built different. 3 inactive members who never showed up get booted, including Dolph. Dude totally lied about his skills. A few days later, the shield guy can't wait to tackle the next floor. Is it 4th floor deja vu or are they leveling up? The dark-haired leader checks in with Hayla and the redhead. Everyone's hyped about finally hitting the 5th floor. The team heads out, getting a pep talk not to get too chill. Relaxed is good, but let's not nap on the job. Suddenly, the party's teleported in glowing blue light. If only my Wi-Fi connected that fast. Blonde guy reports no monsters around, and the leader says, let's hit the city center and see what's up. Turns out, the city's totally empty. Not a monster or civilian in sight. This isn't what they signed up for. The team hears a terrified scream as a panicked guy begs for help, making everyone instantly alert something's gone horribly wrong. They find a creepy, dried-up skeleton sitting ominously, making it clear this empty village hides some dark secrets. The group investigates and realizes there are no townsfolk, only dried bloodstains, definitely not the vacation spot they hoped for. The leader asks Jenna to climb a tall clock tower to get a better view of what's really happening in the city. Jenna climbs up, scanning the city from above while the rest of the crew waits below. Jenna looks tense and hesitates, unsure if what she's seeing is even real. The team anxiously calls up to Jenna for a status update. Her answer might just decide their next move. Jenna questions if what she's seeing is even okay, hinting at something totally unreal outside the city. The leader yells that there are tons of goblins swarming outside, and the group realizes they might be in big trouble. Jenna shouts, thousands, and the team learns their mission: survive a horde of 1,846 angry goblins. So, basically, the world's worst piñata party. The blonde guy panics, but the leader tells him this isn't about fighting, they just need to stay alive for a while. Trying to hide, they realize buildings are off limits, so they scramble to find a safer place first. Blonde guy asks how long they have to survive. The leader says, 10 minutes after enemies show up. Just 10 minutes. Blonde guy says that sounds easy, but the leader reveals their luck is basically terrible. The clock starts at 30 minutes, and they dodge down an alley, thinking back to why the survival rate is only 5%. One member asks if there's a better spot. The leader says every building is bad, but they're out of time to look. They agree to hold their ground here, readying for whatever comes through the ruined street. The leader points out the passageway's narrow, so they can fight enemies one at a time, even if there's 1,000. He splits the group left, right and back. Fight in shifts, catch your breath, no hero moments. Someone yells, okay. The leader tells Jenna to stand in the middle and save her arrows for his signal. She looks determined and says, all right. The leader shouts for everyone to build a barricade before the goblins arrive. Failure means game over for the whole squad. A timer pops up, giving them just 30 minutes. Dark-haired guy realizes this clock is counting down their fate for real. The door rattles, and a beastly goblin peeks in, glowing red eyes locked on our heroes. This is definitely not a friendly delivery. The timer drops to 2,959. Panic sets in as goblins burst through before the barricade is even finished. Our main hero swings his sword with everything he's got, slashing at the first goblin trying to break through. More goblins charge, red eyes blazing. There's a whole army of these things snarling down the hallway. The black-haired leader shouts to build a wall out of goblin corpses since nothing else is working. His friend nods. This is next level Home Alone. Goblins leap but are smashed back by shields in pure desperation. It's a wild free for all on both sides now. One fighter curses as a fresh wave of goblins swarm in, howling with rage. I've seen less chaos at a Black Friday sale. The red-haired girl tells the main fighter to let her know if he gets tired, because teamwork makes the dream work. Islet Han is dodging attacks, figuring out the enemy's simple moves. He yells, if you're stupid, act like it, while fighting vicious monsters. The monstrous beasts scream in anger, their glowing red eyes locked onto the group as they close in for another attack. Aaron Biscuit shouts desperately, we just need to survive for 10 minutes, right? While trying to keep the monsters at bay, Islet Han yells back, have I ever lied to you? Blood spattering as he slashes through another foe. Overwhelming numbers descend. Dozens of howling beasts flood the battlefield, and the timer's ticking down. 26 minutes and 48 seconds left. The group's inner thoughts scream, we can't die in a place like this, as panic rises and hope starts to slip. Party 1 stands together: Jenna, Islet, Aaron, Joe, and Hansen. If this was a band, they'd be called Barely Surviving. At sunrise, chaos hits the village. A monster bellows, ready to unleash havoc. Looks like someone woke up on the wrong side of the dungeon. Islet Han slams a monster aside, commanding, Joe, switch places with Hansen, as he tries to keep their defense steady under heavy attack. Joe wants to keep fighting, gasping for air, but Islet shouts, shut up. Just do as I say. Survival means listening out here. Han is sweating, frustrated that he still doesn't have enough stamina to keep going in this insane dungeon challenge. Hansen's exhausted, sitting with his sword and realizing he wasted too much energy on one attack. Definitely not speedrunning this dungeon. The plan? One slash is all it takes. Efficiency is king if they want to survive. Han goes all in, slashing monsters like a boss, calling out just how weak these guys are compared to the first floor. Suddenly, Han panics. There are way too many monsters. Are they on sale or something? They just keep coming. Han yells for Hansen to switch places again, and you can bet the party's teamwork is seriously getting put to the test. Jenna, with her bow ready, gets orders from Han to help guide and make every arrow count, no waste allowed. Jenna wastes no time, delivering a powerful kick and promising to snipe any goblins sneaky enough to cross over. A goblin leaps at her, but Jenna nails it with an arrow perfectly timed. Han's got the best support squad ever. Guide, out of breath, yells at Han, wasn't this only supposed to take 10 minutes? Feels longer than waiting for pizza delivery. This guy is freaking out because it's only been 5 minutes and things are already getting wild. Suddenly, terrifying monsters come charging in, looking angry and hungry for action. The red-haired warrior smashes through, shouting at the monsters to stop showing up like holiday decorations in July. Poor Guide gets hit hard and starts screaming, and the system flashes that he's losing health fast. The leader yells at everyone to swap positions, but Guide is struggling and the team's looking desperate. Stop acting like a baby, the leader shouts, promising Guide he'll get healed if he just survives. But Guide is in full panic mode, his stats drop big time, and he's clutching his injured hand in fear. The leader punches a monster, calling it a vermin, as he fights back furiously, pretty sure he needs to chill before he turns into the Hulk. Another teammate shouts at Guide to pull himself together, asking if he's trying to get the squad wiped out. Jenny jumps in to stop Guide's bleeding, warning him to act fast or Hansen is done for, raising the stakes even higher. Our main hero rushes into battle, determination all over his face as the tension heats up. He slams into a monstrous creature, unleashing a furious attack right into its chest. With enemies swarming in, he shouts, "Go back in, you bastards." While holding the horde at bay, the monstrous enemies charge in with gaping mouths, and a teammate yells in panic, "Han, my sword is blunt." The leader calls out, "Joe, can you switch?" Joe readies himself, shaking but pushing forward to help. Han orders Hansen to get out and repair the weapon, clutching his broken sword, sweat streaming down his face. The main hero expected the worst but keeps fighting, thinking goblins aren't so tough, unless your sword is from a thrift store. He swings his shield instead, proving to everyone that shields double as monster-smashing pancakes. A blonde fighter yells for Jenna to switch with Eren, but insists he can keep going, even if his voice says otherwise. Jenna leaps in, shouting, "Rest while you can. Don't be stubborn," as she crashes into the fray, bringing the power of redheads everywhere. The battle gets intense as Eren switches out with Jenna while everyone tries to catch their breath from the chaos. Hansen yells for his teammate to swap places, and both look exhausted but determined to keep fighting. Jenna gets orders to shoot arrows on Hansen's side, but she hesitates for just a second, questioning the command. Their leader knows they're running out of options and tells Jenna to fire every single arrow or they're all toast. Jenna lets loose a barrage of arrows, channeling her inner archer like she's in a fantasy Olympics. The arrows land, but the monsters just keep coming with glowing eyes and wicked grins. One vicious beast shrieks and slashes through the front lines as the team strains to hold their ground. Hansen gasps for air, desperate for a switch, but it's clear they're overwhelmed and running out of time. A massive strike lands on Guide, leaving him frozen with a mix of pain and shock. He might have skipped leg day, but this is worse. The alert flashes. Guide is on the brink of death, and everyone's fate hangs by a thread in the heat of battle. Jenna rushes in as chaos erupts all around, barely dodging a flying enemy getting knocked to the ground. She freezes for a second, confused as monsters appear and the ground shakes beneath her boots. Guide lies injured, barely conscious, with warnings blaring that he's on the brink of death as Jenna calls his name. A black-haired fighter sprints in, screaming, taking control as panic spreads between the group. Jenna freaks out, unsure if she should pull a weapon from Guide, while Guide can barely speak through his pain. The black-haired guy begs Guide to hang in for just 30 more seconds, desperate for backup against the monster horde. A monstrous beast charges, swinging its club, but the black-haired fighter ducks and braces for impact. He counters, launching the beast sky high with a powerful blow as a whole crowd of monsters closes in, Monster Olympics, but deadly. The fighter yells at Hansen to move left, saying hell handle things while Hansen hesitates, torn about leaving Guide. Hansen finally agrees, just as a message declares Guide's brave spirit will be remembered, Jenna turning to help the team again. The dark-haired hero blocks the monster's strike, gritting his teeth and refusing to back down for even a second. The red-haired fighter breaks through, awakening new skills, and yells for a time check, like a gamer desperately asking for a snack break. Our main guy roars, demanding one last enemy be beaten quicker than it takes to glance at a clock. Surrounded and battered, he levels up multiple times, but shouts that all this awakening means nothing if they all kick the bucket. Hansen is bleeding out, stamina dropping, and he's screaming. I guess his subscription to staying alive just expired. With terror in his eyes, a teammate begs to be saved as a swarm of fiendish creatures closes in. Tears streaming, a desperate cry for Hung Nim echoes, showing just how bad the situation's gotten. Claws cut through the air as the monsters attack, and the plea for help gets more frantic. The leader pulls Jenna and Eren close, warning to save grieving for later if they want to survive this madness. Hansen's sacrifice is honored, his fighting spirit remembered, as the survivors race onwards into the chaos. The team braces themselves as monsters attack, with panic in the air and one guy asking if they're doomed. Jenna is told to climb the wall for a desperate escape as their leader tries to stay cool under pressure. Jenna hesitates, not wanting to leave her friends, but is reassured they'll all escape together. Savage creatures charge, eyes glowing. Someone yells not to stab them, which is honestly the worst advice in this situation. The leader yells that fighting just one monster isn't enough, and launches himself straight into the chaos. Monsters and swords fly everywhere as the hero and the creatures collide, making this fight look crazier than my YouTube comment section. Jenna makes it up the wall and calls down, urging everyone to hurry as the fight blows up below. The leader tells Eren to go up next, and Jenna reaches out, determined to pull her friend to safety. Eren shouts his agreement and grabs Jenna's hand, dirt and sweat flying as he climbs. Just as Eren's almost up, a monster attacks from below, making this rescue feel like the world's most dangerous game of tag. The dark-haired guy's eyes glow with determination. He declares he's cutting off Eren's foot and swings his blade in one crazy move. Eren screams in pain, and it looks like he's going to lose more HP than I do playing video games all night. The red-haired teammate scrambles to pull Eren up while the system warns. Eren is literally about to die right now. The monsters below are actually stacking on top of each other. Wow, they're clever, my ass, says the guy. These monsters are basically evil cheerleaders. The red-haired teammate grabs Eren's spear and gets ready to stab the monsters coming up. The teamwork is wild. Both of them defend the platform, yelling not to let any of the monsters up. If they do, it's game over for everyone. She loses the spear and panics, but our main guy shouts, "Kick them." Sometimes you just gotta go classic martial arts. There are way too many monsters, and the clawed hands keep reaching. The team's energy is lower than my phone battery at 2%. The main guy yells they only need 30 more seconds. His friend says it feels like an eternity, but he's dead serious, just hold on. Monsters keep attacking, the timer flashes, 32 seconds left. This is the most stressful countdown since waiting for pizza delivery. Our hero is cornered by monsters, desperately pushing back, huge clawed hands closing in on him. He swings his weapon with all his might, but pain flashes across his face as he screams out in agony. A blade slices through the hero's torso, his eyes widening with shock as the monsters press in. One of the monsters grins menacingly, its red eyes glowing with hunger and fangs bared. The hero grits his teeth, sweat and blood streaming down as he endures hit after brutal hit. Surrounded by snarling monsters, he raises his weapon and shouts, "You bastards," refusing to back down. The fight gets crazier. Our hero is attacked from all sides, screaming in pain as the monsters go wild. The wound on his side gets even worse. This guy's HP bar drops faster than my grades after summer vacation. Another hit lands. The system alerts everyone. Our hero is losing HP rapidly, now stuck with a nasty bleeding effect. The camera cuts to his teammate Jenny, who's also down for the count, both of them seriously running out of time. Han questions if he's really going to die here, unable to believe he's struggling this much on just the 5th floor. He tries to make sense of the chaos, overwhelmed and frustrated, wondering why he has to face so many problems. Han's confusion turns to sheer desperation, his eye glows red, and he lashes out angrily at his enemy. Fueled by rage, Han screams not to mess with him, charging forward with a burst of red energy. This is only the 5th floor. With blazing red eyes, Han refuses to accept defeat, attacking a monstrous beast before it can strike back. The beast roars furiously, leaping at Han with jaws wide open, but who knew floor 5 had a Lion King special? Han slices through the monsters, refusing to give up, shouting he won't die in such a terrible place. As the monster falls in a bloody heap, Han stands determined, refusing to let fear win. Embracing his rage, Han unlocks a new power. He's gone full berserk, ready to bring it on against every monster left. Meanwhile, a red-haired girl fights to breathe as monsters close in, her body screaming in pain, but she refuses to yield. The main character yells, "Do you want to kill me? Give it your best shot, then. You bastard." With their eyes glowing, the main character charges as a massive red slash slices through a swarm of monsters. Dark creatures leap at the lone hero, but he's swinging a sword, sending chaos through the whole crowd. Suddenly, the sword shatters into pieces, leaving him gripping only the hilt and a lot of problems. The monsters rush in, jaws wide, but the hero keeps thinking, even if I do collapse. Bloodied and battered, the main character stomps forward, shouting, "I will never stop." Talk about Monday motivation. The monsters charge again, but the hero faces them, fists ready, surrounded on all sides in the ruins. A timer hits 0 as he stands alone against a wall of enemies, looking more determined than a gamer on a speedrun. Suddenly, a cold blue hand grabs the hero's shoulder, and eerie, icy monsters emerge, changing the whole battlefield. Outnumbered, a red-haired ally and the battered hero rally as the icy monsters swarm around them, ready for round 2. Han barely avoids a magical attack, sweat and dirt streaking his determined face as he battles to keep going just one more second. Stage clear. Han, Jenna, and Eren all level up while earning gold, ore, leather, and wood planks as rewards for their brutal fight. Congratulations, they've cleared the 5th floor dungeon and returned to the waiting room, ready to upgrade their gear and celebrate. Silence falls as broken weapons and a battered shield hit the floor, a reminder of how close the team just came to losing it all. Eren and Jenna collapse, looking both relieved and exhausted, as Han tries to catch his breath after the dungeon fight. Jenna glances at the fallen Han, wide-eyed and stunned, like she just saw her grades after forgetting to study all semester. Suddenly, Jenna starts laughing through the tears and dirt, unable to believe that they actually survived the chaos in one piece. Han stands there, still in shock, barely able to process that they really pulled off the impossible and made it out alive. Jenna, still seated, asks Han for help getting up because her legs feel like jelly after all that action. The team shares a tired handshake. Han asks if they survived, and Jenna confirms with a shaky but proud yes. Han and Jenna talk strategy after clearing the floor, but something feels different about this run. Han explains this mission would have failed if even one person messed up. Talk about pressure. Han admits survival missions aren't usually this intense, blaming a streak of bad luck. Jenna tries to stay strong. Jenna stands there, battered but smiling, clearly hiding just how tough that last fight was. Han and Jenna return from the mission as a teammate runs up to congratulate Han. Victory never looked so exhausting. Han is told there's food waiting but reveals to the smiling teammate that Guide and Hansen didn't make it back. The cheerful teammate is speechless as Han repeats, they died. Well, that escalated faster than my Wi-Fi bill. Shock hits the teammate hard, his eyes wide, realizing their team won't ever be the same. Everyone lines up outside, waiting for the next orders after a brutal mission, tension hanging in the air. The party's fate is revealed with new cards. Han, Jenna, and one survivor, while Guide and Hansen's cards have gone completely dark. The camera zooms in on a closed wooden door, and you just know something crazy is about to go down. Suddenly, our hero jolts awake in bed, a monster's massive claws swiping right above his head. He doesn't even care about the chaos outside. Losing teammates is just a Tuesday for this battle-hardened warrior. He realizes something wild. He's got both the berserk and composure powers, even though they're supposed to be impossible to combine. Apparently, this combo is a bug in the system because he's half master, half hero. Talk about a character glitch. Even though he doesn't get it all yet, today, all the hero wants to do is bury his face in the pillow and forget everything. He tells himself things are about to get wild again, so he might as well soak up a few more moments of peace. Outside, the leaves are swirling around and the world is calm. He decides, let's just rest. Honestly, this guy naps harder than I study for exams. Out in the training yard, practice dummies stand ready. The silence is about to be broken in the coolest way as action brews. Out of nowhere, a fierce red-haired girl slices through the training ground, energy off the charts, complaining he naps too much. Because I don't want to die. The red-haired girl is absolutely crushing it. She gained a new skill after yesterday's battle and everyone's noticing how hard she works. Meanwhile, Eren didn't get any new skills even though he tried just as hard. That's gotta sting a little. Islet Han is out here doing wild training. His stats show he's tough, with skills in swordsmanship, pain tolerance, composure, even berserk mode. Islet's getting close to leveling up from 1 star to 2 stars. He's sweating hard but still pushing forward. But wait, there's a problem. Islet's doing a handstand, and the red-haired girl can't help but admire his form. Islet just wants a little personal space. Awkward. She calls Islet out. His abs aren't even tired. He denies it, but between us, I think even his muscles want a lunch break. The red-haired girl is shocked that she's totally fine after yesterday. She realizes Eren's missing, probably struggling with what happened. Normally, Eren would be the first out to train. The girl notices Dika is also missing. These two always train the hardest together. Islet looks serious and points out why. He says Eren and Dika aren't like the others, making you wonder what's really different about them. Meanwhile, the rest are training hard, desperate to avoid whatever being synthesized means. These guys would rather face bosses than log off. The black-haired guy says some people had potential, but others should have died instead. The red-haired girl smiles and he wants to focus on training. Suddenly, someone else approaches and apologizes for being late as the two stand outside. The blonde guy looks upset. He wonders if being stronger could have saved his teammates. Talk about survivor's guilt. The black-haired guy is super blunt, saying people died because they were weak, and that's just cold, hard facts. It's been a month since he landed in this world. Only 10 days have passed in real time. Time travel makes scheduling impossible. Our protagonist thinks he can now predict any login pattern based on everything he's seen. Apparently, the waiting room time runs 3 times faster than Earth. And that ANYTNG user logs in morning, afternoon, and night. When they battle, time matches real life. If it didn't, battles would be way longer and honestly, they'd be toast. The wild dark-haired girl yells that everyone should learn from Han, who apparently carried his trash team and cleared the 5th floor. What a flex. The red-haired girl whispers, confused about the wild announcer, and the black-haired guy grins. It's a business secret. The main character scolds everyone for slacking, but someone tells him to just call the group out. Things are heating up already. A new team is forming. Han, Jenna, Lewis, Joffrey, and Owen are chosen for Party 4, and they all look pretty nervous. The red-haired girl realizes she and her friend have never even met these 5 before. It's like being thrown into a group project with strangers. Our squad steps into a mysterious chamber, promised an easy mission this time. Does anyone ever believe that line? The dungeon door unlocks right in front of them. A nervous guy asks the main character if he's actually joining the fight. The main character wants everyone's names. Owen admits he doesn't think they'll be much help going up against monsters. The main character reassures the entire team they won't even have to fight. This is either epic confidence or he's about to pull a prank. The team enters a shimmering portal in the forest. If only my Mondays started like this. Mission time. The group enters a daily dungeon to collect rare materials, but the rules change based on the day. Jenna looks around, confused. No enemies in sight. Maybe it's just a scavenger hunt, or maybe the enemies are hiding like my lost socks. The black-haired guy teases his red-haired teammate just for fun, but she's definitely not amused by his prank. He explains this area is called the Daily Dungeon, basically a loot zone where you gather all sorts of materials. They stumble across a glowing trash bin, which the guy describes as a grocery basket for all their collected junk. He starts tossing things like branches into the bin, showing how everything gathered needs to be thrown inside. Branches might look lame, but if you pile up 100 of them you can actually make lumber, assuming you have a carpenter. Everyone wonders if this is all they have to do, but the black-haired guy announces the red-haired girl has a special task, hunting. The red-haired girl complains she just wanted to chill, but gets excited about possibly hunting something edible for once. Deep in the glowing forest, they spot a mysterious creature quietly grazing, definitely not your average wildlife. The red-haired girl's eyes light up like it's Black Friday. She screams, "Found it! Wait for me, meat!" Like she's chasing a burger. The creature unleashes a dramatic roar, making it clear that dinner isn't going down without a serious fight. The red-haired girl gets excited about a fresh catch and claims she's a butchering expert, thanks to her dad's endless lessons. While she skillfully handles the butchering, the black-haired guy gives her a silent stare, wondering if he signed up for a cooking show. She gets all the materials ready, but he heads off, complaining he's tired of eating only potatoes. Man just wants flavor in his life. Suddenly, our guy walks into an epic jungle scene, a massive waterfall and magical light. Welcome to the jungle of YouTube challenges. He has 32 minutes left on the timer, or else it's game over and he's auto-teleported out. Nothing says pressure like a clock. From his hiding spot, he eyes a group of mystical beasts by the glowing lake. He's found the grand prize. There it is, the queen of the forest. A rare monster that's basically the Bigfoot of this place. Capturing her is a trophy flex. The rare creature carries the ultimate loot of promotion material, the low-rank attribute stone. Trust me, this stone is rarer than a sock in a dryer. He dashes out with lightning speed, catching the deer's attention before anything can escape. With a powerful, stylish move, he charges in and attacks the startled beast. No hesitation, just pure main character energy. The dark-haired hero faces a charging magical deer, launching headfirst into battle with zero hesitation. He leaps through a storm of energy beams, dodging attacks from all sides with insane reflexes. The hero taunts the giant unicorn beast, saying all of its allies are gone, now it's just them. With a wild smirk, our hero raises his blade and says, "Bring it on." This showdown is about to get crazy. Every day holds a different dungeon to conquer. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Pick your favorite death trap. Suddenly, the sky clears and terrified hunters scream. There's a monster in the forest. Red glowing eyes stare from the bushes as one man trembles in fear, barely able to whisper, "And no." The hero drops in, sword ready, coolly asking if one of the hunters is Han. Who needs superhero landings, anyway? On the ground, a huge, unicorn-headed beast lays defeated. Did someone just unlock beast slaying mode? The red-headed archer gapes in disbelief at the giant deer. The hero just wants a nap. Someone get this guy a Red Bull. Han asks Jenna how many animals she caught while Jenna collects some mysterious glowing blood in a forest. Jenna hauls the head of a horned beast and complains about the taste, but Han says the horn can't be severed. Han explains it's a female with a horn, and Jenna reveals she can tell just from the head because she lived in the forest forever. Suddenly, Jenna's skill awakens. She earns Hunter of the Forest. Looks like someone just leveled up. Han confidently declares Jenna's promotion will be easy as he examines a glowing elemental stone. Night falls, and the team's base lights up. Looks like things are about to get cozy. Everyone celebrates a huge feast, devouring all the meat they missed. Chefs would weep at this banquet. Jenna grins and tells Han the others finished eating an entire deer. Han is like, "If you're done, follow me." Han explains daily dungeons and how locations change by day. Today's target is the Sinil Plateau for rare stones. Han and Jenna enter the shiny blue portal for the daily dungeon, ready for adventure. Hopefully, this one doesn't have vegan monsters. The red-haired girl worries if gathering materials really makes them stronger, but the black-haired guy insists they need those elemental stones. They step onto a breathtaking cliff, the sun blazing ahead. She soaks in the view, saying, "What a great view. And the wind is cool." The black-haired guy suddenly notices mysterious red flowers growing from twisted roots and wonders if they're the legendary plants of life. Zoom on the flower. He remembers those are ingredients for healing potions. Score, but he knows they'll have to come back for them. Suddenly, howls erupt, something's in the forest. A monstrous wolf leaps, jaws wide. Talk about dropping in, uninvited. The red-haired girl and her friend ready for battle, facing down the electrified wolf as the wind whips around the arena. She laughs, saying, "One wolf is nothing much." But he reminds her to hurry, more wolves could be sniffing around. The black-haired guy examines a shimmering blue stone, asking what to do with the wolf's teeth and claws. She tells him to harvest everything. As she cleans up the mess, she says it's peaceful. He jokes to call it peaceful after she wipes away all the blood. The red-haired girl dreams out loud. Life would be perfect if every day was just hunting, grass gathering, and always having food and a bed. The main character says this would be paradise if there wasn't a master, looking stressed and a little worried. He wishes the master never comes back, clearly fed up with bosses, relatable if you've ever had a Monday. He wonders if the Niflheimer crew hoped for the same, asking the red-haired archer if she even wants to fight. Our main guy claims fighting isn't everything, showing a mysterious blue shard and hinting at way more going on. The red-haired girl asks if there'll be a spot for her, but he says maybe if things actually improve. She asks why he's not taking another path, and he silently wonders which way is best for the team. Suddenly, the whole crew is teleported to Floor 6, mission explore and investigate the strange new area. Dika, the anxious new teammate, joins the party, looking like he's ready for anything, or maybe just very nervous. Dika realizes this isn't just another dungeon day. It's an uncommon mission, and you can bet there's no easy mode. Dika can't see any enemies and freaks out, but our main dude tells everyone to stay low, like hiding from chores at home. Our team is crawling on the ground, and the leader's like, "Guys, I said stealth, not worm cosplay." The leader tells everyone to chill, promising if they play it smart, they can breeze through this without drama. Suddenly, 3 goblins pop up, looking like they're ready for a villain meetup. Do we take them out? One teammate asks. The squad notices one goblin holding a horn. That means backup is just 1 toot away, the leader warns. Jenna climbs a tree for a better view and spots an entire goblin village waiting in the distance. Jenna says a bunch of goblins are gathered, maybe 100. The leader realizes they've almost walked into an epic trap. The plan is set. Jenna takes the right goblin. Aaron preps to spear another, and everyone nods like it's game time. The leader stares at Aaron. "You ready for this?" Aaron nods back, looking all fired up. The backup plan if anything goes wild. Aaron's ready to jump in and save the day. He tries to look confident, tries. Suddenly, an arrow blasts through the air. Jenna just went full Legolas, and someone's about to regret their life choices. The goblin monsters charge in, eyes glowing red, ready to attack anyone brave enough to stand in their way. Suddenly, a blonde warrior leaps into action, catching the goblin off guard with a massive spear. With lightning speed, the warrior swings, forcing the goblin to realize he seriously underestimated his opponent. The dark-haired fighter shouts, "I won't let you call for reinforcements," and slices through the enemy like it's goblin happy hour. Han clears the stage and gets crowned MVP, scoring some gold for the squad, but nobody's letting him chill just yet. While his teammate nervously asks if it's all over, Han just smirks and says, "Not yet." Typical hero move. Han dashes off in a blur of energy, announcing he'll scout ahead, because who needs backup, right? He remembers the hint about the next stage and realizes this exploration is way more than just a side quest. Peering through the shadows, Han spots a scary-looking barricade village. It's about as friendly as a dentist's office. Inside, things get wild. Crazy giant wolves and goblins are everywhere, like it's bring your monster to work day. Han sneaks a closer look and confirms that they've stumbled into a seriously big goblin village. One of the biggest goblins grins, showing more teeth than a Saturday morning cartoon villain. That goblin's blocking the entrance, looking as if he's auditioning for world's scariest bouncer. Right as things get intense, Han's party teleports out in a swirl of blue light. Guess goblin village tours aren't his style. Han is frustrated. Hints in dungeons come too rarely, and now he's dealing with exploration quests called streams. This is getting complicated. Suddenly, a woman rushes up to Han in panic. She shouts, "Han, big trouble." Things are happening way faster than he expected. Han learns from her that some strange people have shown up, but he's not fazed, since weirdos are basically Tuesday for him. Han's senses kick in. They feel different and are armed. He locks eyes with his ally and says, "They're here." Out of the shadows, 5 intimidating figures appear. These aren't regular enemies. These are the high-rank heroes. Game notifications pop up. The pulverizing wolves mercenaries have appeared, complete with a power boost when summoned together. Han interrogates Isel. Turns out, their master paid cash for this power-up. Who knew you could buy danger for 50,000 won? Han tells Chloe they're just special summons and sends her away. Go back to the kitchen. They won't hurt you, he reassures her. Another guy tries to dismiss Han's party. Apparently, nothing changes just because some weird, powerful newbies showed up. The camera zooms out to a peaceful view of the guildhouse, but we all know the real drama is inside. This place has seen crazier stuff than my sleep schedule. This mysterious dark-haired woman stands confidently, ready for anything, and trust me, she looks like she could steal your wallet and your heart. Suddenly, a fiery redhead bursts in with an explosive hello. Like she's auditioning for the loudest neighbor award. The dark-haired woman stammers a greeting, introducing herself as Sarai, while the redhead demands to know her name like it's an interrogation. The redhead introduces Sarai to Edis Callan, a silent, brooding guy who looks tough but apparently has a soft side, somewhere. He disagrees. Edis Callan's stats pop up. He's a thief with high agility, cool skills, but not much muscle. The party is gang stacked with talent. The brooding guy leans in, asking Edis if she has time for a private chat. It's either serious business or the world's worst pickup line. The three gather around a table, tension building. The redhead asks Edis if she knows what's really going on in this strange place. Edis struggles to remember her arrival, admitting she's lost her memories. She knows one thing for sure, something big is going on. Edis reveals she's been summoned here to fight, but can't remember the details. The guy asks if she knows about something called synthesis. Synthesis is explained becoming stronger by sacrificing others. The group realizes secrets are hidden by rank, and Edis might have a mercenary past. Talk about career changes. The black-haired mercenary explains her past with the pulverizing wolves while a redhead listens, clearly impressed by her mercenary background. She isn't just a 3-star mercenary, she's highly skilled, ranked above many others, with special cards showing her impressive status. The red-haired girl gushes, calling her story cool and romantic, leaving the ex-mercenary a little flustered and surprised. But suddenly, the black-haired mercenary becomes serious, hinting that her life is much different now. A man rushes in, calling out names and telling them their master wants to see them all in the plaza immediately. A muscular, blonde mercenary bursts in, demanding to know who called for him, ready for any challenge. The black-haired mercenary lets out a sigh and says it's time to go see the master, inviting her teammates to follow. The big guy can't get meat off his mind and is super excited to finally meet the mysterious master, hopefully with snacks. The group rushes outside, the black-haired mercenary leading the way while the redhead waits ahead, ready for action. Another girl stresses about the giant mercenary taking a whole drumstick just to eat, complaining it could have fed 5 people. Clearly, he's got a one-track mind. The red-haired girl is furious and tells our guy to demand something back, but he just wants to head to the plaza. Suddenly, a notification pops up. Their team is now called the Pulverizing Wolves. This sounds like an epic game lobby. 5 intimidating heroes appear, and Avant is chosen as the team leader of the Pulverizing Wolves. That's one way to avoid group projects. Some dude freaks out because the new group already have weapons. Our main character casually flexes his own sword. The nervous guy admits the newcomers don't feel like good people. Our hero agrees, raising even more tension. The Pulverizing Wolves charge ahead, totally hyped to meet the master. They're definitely not your friendly neighborhood heroes. Our main character asks Jenna what she thinks. Jenna says Edis might be okay, but the rest are a big nope. The worried guy asks our hero for protection, and he jokes about playing bodyguard for free. Mr. Beast would charge at least a Tesla for this. The main character grins, teasing the guy for wanting something for nothing, while the guy pleads for help just because he's strong. With a grin, the main character roasts the guy for slacking off in training and says begging is apparently his survival strategy here. Everyone in this group is nowhere near Oika's level, just pretending to train and eating the meat that someone else hunted. These guys barely avoided trouble, acting busy while doing the bare minimum and hoping no one noticed. The main guy stares down his enemies and tells them to get lost before he really loses his temper. Main character calls out Aaron's team for slacking, reminding him that while Aaron struggled, the others just slept. Dika walks in all bruised, and Aaron asks if he just fought, surprised by all the new cuts on his face. Dika admits it was just a simple duel, while the main guy gives the classic "you guys go rest" line, pretending he doesn't care. Main guy asks the redhead why she hasn't gone inside, and she acts like she's waiting for a pizza delivery. Stage clear. An intimidating rival squad shows up, mocking the previous challenge for being too easy and boring. The long-haired newcomer stares coldly, asking, "Who are you?" And their rival smirks back, "Me?" Coolest dude ever leans back in a chair and says, "Isn't it none of your business?" Like he's auditioning for a shampoo commercial. The giant guy demands answers, while the red-haired archer watches, but our hero fires the question right back at them. The mysterious swordsman introduces himself as Avant Dejak and calls out the captain of the Pulverizing Wolves. Our main guy, Islet Han, answers coolly. Avant eyes Islat's weapon, thinking he's a mercenary. But Islet drops the wild reveal he was just a farmer. Avant is shook, not expecting a farmer to flex that confidence with a sword. Avant presses Islet about the crowd that just gathered. Islet is like, "Yeah, what of it?" He sounds way too chill for this chaos. Avant shrugs it off, but, boom, a magical announcement says 10 summons just started. Islet can't believe his luck. Summons are raining down. Some flashy portal appears with a glowing light. Islet realizes there's a deeper reason for the chaos. Something called synthesis is kicking off. Suddenly, regular folks are pulled into the action, confused and panicked, as someone yells the master has summoned useless people again. Names get called, people panic, and even the messenger is annoyed. Just get inside the glowing door and stop overthinking it. The big guy grabs a terrified kid and starts guessing names. Are you demon? You look like one. Guess he skipped the friendship bracelets. The red-haired girl is shocked. They just arrived, and the dark-haired protagonist confirms it with a cold yes. Tension is through the roof. A lion warrior named Jaken grabs a terrified guy and gets ordered to bring another. Panic erupts as nobody knows what's coming. Jaken leaves, muscles flexing, while two guys scream in terror. It's like a Black Friday sale, but everyone's the bargain. The red-haired girl protests that this whole system is wrong. She insists everyone deserves a chance, not this chaos. Turns out, most one-star heroes are pretty useless, but Jaken suddenly gets stronger, flexing like he's on a protein commercial. Civilians panic as names are called out. Everyone tries to run, and it's basically gym class dodgeball all over again. The long-haired villain commands, stop them from getting away. His henchmen chase the escaping crowd with zero mercy. Another villain asks, what are you doing? Aren't you one of us? The answer is silence, like when your Wi-Fi drops during a game. The dark-haired protagonist sends a secret tip, warning that you can't judge a hero's worth till you actually try them out. Reflecting on his journey, the protagonist admits how much he's changed. Sometimes chaos can really turn anyone into a hero. The muscular guy blocks the path, shouting, but the dark-haired hero just smirks, saying he was just giving advice. The dark-haired hero leans in with a sly smile and asks if the guy is unhappy with him. Muscles loses it, rushing in with wild energy, calling our hero a lunatic as fists swing. The red-haired archer coolly claims she missed on purpose, while Muscles fumes and shouts at everyone. The long-haired swordsman confronts the team, but another member tries to calm things down before the night gets crazier. Swordsman asks the hero if he knows who he's dealing with, and the hero just shrugs and says he does. The hero looks straight at him and just drops the biggest insult of the day: you're trash. The tension maxes out. Hostility is officially established between Hank and the pulverizing wolves. I guess someone gets coal for Christmas. Suddenly, a girl leaps in, yelling that fighting between heroes is forbidden, unless you want to get grounded by the master. The main hero casually says it's not technically forbidden, but his teammate tries to argue while trailing behind. The black-haired guy asks straight up if they're really mercenaries, already doubting their story. The long-haired dude fires back, swearing they're only in it for commissions. Classic mercenary move, right? The black-haired guy grins, calling them out as a straight-up thief troop instead of mercenaries. Tensions rise as the long-haired guy threatens to literally cut him in half for stepping out of line. Black-haired guy tells Isel that these mercenaries will only sabotage their plans, acting like video game NPCs with attitude. Isel, flustered, calls the fake mercenaries trash, saying they just mess things up for everyone. Without skipping a beat, the black-haired guy announces an open duel, ready for some serious action. A duel request appears. Han challenges Avant. Who needs therapy when you have scheduled sword fights? Han smirks and tells Avant to pretend it's just a crazy dog biting him. Han sees right through their tactics, explaining that the mercenaries check the plaza for strong opponents before acting. The guy in the black jacket confronts a mysterious figure, hinting that devouring a new star just won't cut it for what's coming next. A red-haired girl questions his crazy plan, but he lays it out: whoever wins this duel is going to consume the loser. The system pops up. Avant agrees to duel with synthesizing rules. The villain looks pumped, like he just found out pizza is calorie-free. The hero dramatically calls for an open duel, looking like he just walked out of a shampoo commercial. His opponent, Avant, finds the duel conditions interesting and gives a mysterious smile. Tension is building already. Our hero rejects the offered condition, calling Avant a coward, and looks absolutely done with the drama. The girl with striking red hair orders her group to safety, worried if the hero can handle this crazy duel alone. The hero confidently asks if anyone thinks he'll lose. She grins, clearly his number one hype woman. The system announces the duel between Han and Avant will officially begin. Stakes couldn't be higher. Avant tells Han he won't kill him because he needs a living sacrifice. Someone's been reading way too much dark fantasy. Han asks Isel to make sure nobody else interferes, because nothing ruins a duel like random party crashers. Avant lunges, shocked Han hasn't even drawn his sword, calling him a fool. Someone missed sword class. The hero sizes up Avant, realizing from his stats alone that this opponent could actually be a serious threat. The silver-haired swordsman thinks he can win, but Han's raw power is almost double his level. Han's eyes widen. He senses something intense is coming. Suddenly, Han goes berserk. All his stats skyrocket, but his intelligence and HP take a nosedive. Han is surrounded by a terrifying red aura, grinning wildly like he's become a boss-level villain. The silver-haired swordsman tries to attack, too late. Han's power gap is more than a bad math grade. Han grabs and slams his opponent with monstrous speed, showing no mercy. Han delivers a brutal blow, launching the silver-haired swordsman through the ground like he's tossing laundry. The defeated swordsman lies stunned in rubble while Han mocks him for not knowing his place. Han snarls, "It'll hurt more if you move." The swordsman screams in agony, realizing he's bitten off more than he can chew. Han leans close, demanding he surrender. The swordsman tries, but Han's like a gym teacher yelling, "Speak clearly, I can't hear you." Someone yells to stop the fight, but the dark-haired guy isn't having it. He points out the other group wanted to eat people. The blue-haired guy yells, super confused. He can't see how wanting to eat people and stopping the fight are connected. The villain with red eyes simply says, if I say it's related, then it is, completely unfazed. The gray-haired fighter says the duel's rules are clear, only the loser surrendering ends it. The duelists decide when this is over. Just as the gray-haired fighter tries to surrender, he's choked and silenced. The villain warns it only ends if someone actually surrenders. The villain claims the loser as his prey. He says it's nobody's business if the guy lives or dies. That's some dark dedication. One of the mercenaries freaks out, warning the villain he's messing with pulverizing wolves. Another questions if they're really mercenaries. Plot twist. One mercenary sweats, admitting they used to be mercenaries. Now he can barely finish the sentence. The villain answers for him. They're just a thief troupe now, or maybe even traitors backstabbing their employers. The villain glares and demands, why are you with them? Edis stammers it was his father's request. The villain urges him to think carefully. Even Batman's parents didn't complicate things this much. The masked villain offers Edis a choice: join their side or stay with the trash. The tension makes you forget what side the fries are on. Edis hesitates, but a furious enemy screams, accusing her of treason for even considering the offer. Someone casually calls out how annoyingly loud the small fry is, roasting the angry guy harder than fast food oil. The furious enemy tries to fight back, desperately reaching for a weapon as the ground cracks beneath. Another threat is thrown at Edis. If she doesn't join, she knows exactly what fate awaits. Talk about peer pressure. Unleashing a powerful attack, Edis declares this is the end for her opponent, sending shockwaves everywhere. With laser focus, the red-eyed villain invites Edis again, but the rival warns her about the brutal cost of being a traitor. Edis declares she's switching sides, instantly quitting her guild, the pulverizing wolves, like rage quitting a video game. The main character brushes off the rest of the gang, saying he has no business with them. They're dismissed like background NPCs. One enemy tries to surrender, but is reminded giving up means total defeat. No refunds, no exchanges, no dignity included. The beast-like fighter charges in as Jokerface unleashes chaos. This is way more intense than my last dodgeball game. The gothic girl with twin tails shouts to stop the interference. She looks like she means business. The battle rages on, and the lion warrior is threatening to wipe out anyone who gets too close. The red-eyed hero glares and declares, gotcha. Goodbye. Someone's about to have a really bad day. Gothic girl goes totally berserk, blasting her rivals away and vaporizing them like last week's homework. A shaken character sobs while asking for Loki's approval, apparently taking stress way too literally. With tears streaming down their face, they surrender. Bet they wish it was a group project right now. Han finally snaps out of berserk mode, hair flying, as the system calmly announces his transformation is over. Han admits his head is pounding and maybe, just maybe, berserk mode isn't for every minor inconvenience. Han tries to cancel the duel, but apparently didn't know the rules. Guess you should always read the terms and conditions. Han just leveled up, his sword and shield skills got buffed, and he's rocking some serious pain tolerance now. Han checks out his new hero card and says, this doesn't feel bad, like he just opened a legendary in a loot box. The team wonders if their master will quit. Losing high-rank heroes on their first battle is rough, but quitting isn't his style. If quitting was an option, synthesizing a 4-star hero would have been the mic drop. Guess this guy is here to win, not whine. Even after summoning like crazy, the results were total duds. That's like pulling 10 scratch-offs and not even getting a refund. If they left these duds alone, total chaos would explode in the waiting room. Imagine a toddler daycare, but with failed heroes. Han flexes, boasting level 10 stats. He's almost at 3 stars, basically the gamer equivalent of having a blue shell in Mario Kart. Han's thinking, this guy will thank me later, but right now, he's probably as angry as someone losing internet during a boss fight. Han's got MVP in most battles, and if anyone's dumb enough to try synthesizing him now, good luck climbing that tower. The crowd erupts and someone shouts, Han, you're really amazing. If he gets any more fans, he'll need sunglasses indoors. Jenna tries to explain herself while Han tells her to stay quiet, and she's seriously struggling to talk with his hand on her face. The townspeople thank Han nervously, claiming some newcomers threatened them with swords. Things are getting awkward, quick. Han exhales and says they're misunderstanding everything, then boldly claims he knows exactly what's really going on. The grateful guy insists they're not shameless and only want to say thanks because Han saved their lives. Han cuts him off, clarifying he only saved the newbies, not everyone else. From now on, the rules are changing. Han declares that what's happening has nothing to do with the rest of them, leaving everyone with more questions than answers. Our blue-eyed master looks furious and calls out 6 specific names, demanding they all gather right in front of him. The mustache guy realizes Han is quick on the uptake, nervously trying to reassure everyone that it's just a goblin hunt, classic denial mode. The red-haired girl panics, noticing that if they're forming a party, only 5 names should be called. Why did Han call 6? Han stands in the spotlight, revealing his real plan. It's all for synthesis. And no, they're not making smoothies. The chubby guy shouts, WH, what nonsense is that? We did our best. but panic fills his face as he protests desperately. The dark-haired leader calls out Eren and Dika, then challenges, do you think they really did their best? The pressure is definitely on. Jenna gets put on the spot. Did those guys ever help her hunt? She shrugs, admitting, they just carried some meat and leather. A bald man jabs back, yelling, even livestock can carry stuff. Insulted, he shouts, livestock? Looks like things are about to explode. The black-haired leader launches forward, knocking the bald guy aside with one wild punch. Talk about shutting down the drama club. Suddenly, a girl leaps into the air, demanding everyone come to the plaza now. When she's nice, apparently nobody listens. Mood swings, am I right? The first guy begs for mercy, please help us. Master will do everything you ask. The bystanders look like they've just seen the last donut disappear. The dark-haired leader asks Jenna, who will they be synthesized with? Jenna figures it'll be Edis, since she's a low-level new recruit. Edis freaks out, refusing to go, no way I'm going. Meanwhile, others desperately beg for one last chance, but it's not looking good. Synthesis complete. Cards shatter as Edis Callan upgrades and gains the Trap Disarm skill. This upgrade's more dramatic than my last haircut. The mysterious leader sets the rules, saying before this group arrived, it didn't matter who anyone was. The dark-haired guy warns everyone not to rely on him, and if they want to live, they better show they're useful. One nervous guy panics, admitting he's terrible at fighting and can barely hold a sword without sweating buckets. The leader calls on Chloe, Enoch, Alder, and Patrick, telling them to teach anyone who wants to learn their skills. The older man explains that learning blacksmithing isn't exactly a walk in the park. The main character grins, saying anyone motivated enough can learn, and if you want to fight, just challenge him. If you want to hunt, see Jenna. If you want to build, see Enoch. There are tons of ways to survive, just get moving. An on-screen prompt almost logs him out, but the red-haired girl jokes that he's super friendly for teaching survival tips. The main character smirks, admitting she's not wrong. If they follow orders, maybe they'll make it out alive. As they approach the 10th floor of the ominous tower, he decides it's time to form a second party as strong as the first. The next morning, our squad wakes up in their epic fortress, ready to take on a brand new day of challenges. A friendly woman greets Han with fresh bread, her smile saying, let's fuel up before anything wild happens. Han is super confused by the bread. Turns out this lady used to be a baker before joining the team. Han realizes they don't even have wheat, but she made flour from potatoes. Talk about kitchen wizardry. Wasting no time, Han grabs a loaf and tells Edis to follow him straight to training, no calories wasted here. Han lines up training targets, telling Jenna she's not using a bow today. It's time for daggers, ready or not. Jenna panics, saying she's only good at bows. Han's answer is classic, just do it. Nike would be proud. Suddenly, Jenna is in a whirlwind, clashing fast and furiously with Edis. We're talking moves even Jackie Chan would respect. Edis is struggling to keep up. She can't believe how strong Jenna is, even though she looks so young. With a fierce look, Edis rallies, launching herself at Jenna. Together they're going all out. All right, let's do this. The floor shatters as something powerful hits, sending debris and energy flying everywhere. Is this a trap, or did someone just level up? Red-haired girl interrogates her opponent, knife in hand, but the answer catches everyone off guard. She's just a hunter's daughter. The girl reveals their strength didn't come easy. Training here made them tougher, hinting anyone could be this strong with enough effort. The guy reassures Edis that her skills outshine most beginners, promising she can catch up if she keeps working hard. Suddenly, someone yells, insisting the advice is a lie. Turns out, you can't skip training unless you're hoping for gym membership discounts. Edis smiles with confidence, determined to never let her past define her and ready to chase new limits. People are sprinting through the training grounds, dodging chaos like it's a Black Friday sale gone wrong. More recruits are here, pushing themselves to the limit with every swing. Nobody wants to be last place. If they don't want to die, they have to prove their worth. It's basically gym class with higher stakes. The black-haired leader observes, knowing there's still not enough strong people for the next phase. He watches as even more trainees struggle to keep up, thinking most won't make the cut. He calls over one nervous recruit, you. What's your name? The recruit looks terrified. I'm Usher Roderick. You inspired me yesterday and now I'm ready to fight. Usher spills his heart out. The leader asks about Usher's past, and he admits to being a mercenary porter, carrying bags and guarding camps. Usher jokes about only knowing how to carry stuff, but says that's why he secretly wanted to be a mercenary. The leader cracks a smile. Time for a real test. Come on, let's see if you're mercenary material or just really good at lifting luggage. That night, the newbies had to prove themselves as the master watched, not caring who wanted to be here or not. Eren gave it his all in the fight but sadly wasn't selected to level up, and 2 people didn't make it through. Their loss became someone's gain. Usher hit level 3 thanks to synthesis, which sounds more like a science experiment than a promotion. Meanwhile, the rest of the group went into daily dungeons as usual. The real challenge? The wine with firestones is still locked. Suddenly, at dawn, the whole group is summoned to the village, and no one has any idea what's coming next. A girl complains about waking up early. Can you relate? Looks like nobody got their morning coffee for this surprise meeting. The tall, dark figure silences everyone and asks if anyone knows why they've been called together this early. The group guesses it's to decide party members, and everyone's curious about what kind of game they're about to play. One fiery redhead thinks only the master picks members, but the cool leader says he's open to taking suggestions. So he grabs a box and tells everyone, you'll all be drawing lots. No pressure, but your next teammate could be a morning person. 6 heroes gather, prepping to split into 2 teams with 3 people each. Stakes are high, and nobody wants to end up alone. The blonde-haired guy looks anxious, but is reassured nobody's getting left behind, not even him. The main guy announces there'll be 2 leaders, himself and Edis. Edis can't believe she's been chosen. Jenna tries to volunteer as a leader, but instantly gets shut down. Talk about a confidence booster. Edis questions why they have to split up, and the main guy explains it's about safety and growth for everyone. The black-haired leader worries about numbers, but trusts the master to divide the rest. Flashback to the 5th floor. Disaster struck because some members couldn't keep up with the stronger ones. The plan for more parties is revealed. Future missions could need hundreds of heroes, all at similar levels. Someone's thinking hard. Summoning isn't just about numbers, it's about doing it the smart way. Bet they wish Google had a How to Summon Wisely guide. Main guy sets the rules. For team assignment, red stick means his team, blue is for Edis. No reason to cheer or cry, both teams are tough. The game master slams a cup to the ground and shouts, alright, let's start. The tension is through the roof right now. Jenna and blonde guy reveal their sticks, both are red. Jenna's pumped she didn't get blue. Less chaos today, folks. The darker-haired group looks skeptical, unsure if they can trust the new girl. Everyone's a little suspicious now. The nervous guy tries to explain while the new girl just smiles. She gets why nobody wants a wild card on their team. Secretly, she knows she's got less fighting experience, but hey, everyone's gotta start somewhere, right? Team 1 steps up, flexing. Catch up or get left behind. The competition is already heating up. The new girls group smiles back. We're not losing today. You can cut the rivalry with a butter knife, if only we had bread. The teams are set. Jenna, Ryu, and blonde guy versus a mysterious trio led by the new girl. Who's your pick? Suddenly, a storm erupts and monstrous creatures with glowing eyes appear. This just turned into a boss fight. Their challenge for floor 7? Wipe out 13 high-level goblins. Annihilation is the only way forward. Monsters surround the group in the rain, ready to attack, but Han and his friends stand strong amid the chaos. The blonde hero shouts, what a relief, Han. I think we can handle this, as tension climbs all around them. Han steps up, telling his squad, you guys just observe. I'll get rid of them all. Pure, overflowing confidence in action. A horde of furious monsters charges, baring their teeth and weapons, while Han stands unfazed, looking ready for anything. Suddenly, a banner flashes. Han has gone berserk. He unleashes an insane power rush, lighting up the entire battlefield spectacularly. Monsters don't stand a chance as Han blasts through them with lightning speed, transforming chaos into effortless domination and total mayhem. Han is still going wild, launching monsters sky high like they're confetti. This is what sheer teamwork and power looks like. The last goblin left is shaking in its armor, clearly rethinking its life choices as Han wipes his blade clean. Han asks, shall I wrap things up? While his teammate tries desperately to keep up. There might be a bigger mission ahead. Han keeps his cool, saying, leave it be. Just one goblin can't do anything. Let's start exploring for the mission instead. First thing to note, it's pouring rain and the situation is about to get seriously intense. Second thing to note, the river is raging and our hero is soaking wet, shield ready for trouble. He spots the chaos and wonders if the dam just totally collapsed. This could get wild fast. Han's group is wrapping up. Eren just wants a shower, but there's talk of training and warnings about overdoing it. Out of nowhere, Han tells Eren to stay put and Eren's left confused, already missing his hot shower. Suddenly, a newbie potent double package flashes up. 5,000 gems, 100,000 gold, and only 90,000 won. Someone's going full gamer mode. Mobius backs his choice. Han yells for Jenna to fetch some important lots from his room. Teamwork making the dream work. Eren gets a quick side quest, bring Edis. No loot boxes for him, just running errands like a fantasy intern. The game asks to charge next month's phone bill for the package, and of course, payment goes through instantly. At least it's not a gym membership. The master is starting a high-rank summon and promises there'll be newcomers soon. Will they be heroes, or loot box regrets? New users got hooked fast by the synthesis system and watching heroes clear stages was basically their new obsession. The main character expected this. People who never buy, but once they do, they just can't stop at one purchase. Watching the heroes, supporting their every move, and giving orders became the ultimate fun, like running a championship team. It wasn't just about watching. Strategy, tactics, and PvP battles kept raising the stakes as everything kept leveling up. Who wouldn't want to control an entire group of heroes? That's like being the puppet master of your own epic show. Suddenly, jackpot. The player obtained 2 rare heroes, Ilka, the elegant mage, and Roderick, the veteran knight. Roderick is instantly suspicious, grilling Iolka, "Who are you?" Meanwhile, Iolka looks totally overwhelmed. The black-haired leader stumbles onto a strange scene. Someone's down. Who is that? Why is she on the ground? Turns out, the mysterious girl is an aristocrat. The crew stands puzzled, since aristocrats usually skip faceplants. Iolka's still blushing on the ground. Even the old mercenary knows she's crazy awkward, not hurt. That's level 100 embarrassment. Roderick knows terms like master and synthesis, but levels and skills are totally foreign to him. He's just a regular city guard, except for his ridiculously overpowered sense of duty. Roderick feels compelled, almost hypnotized, like he's meant to fight threats nobody else can even see. The black-haired guy explains the rules. Roderick has to draw lots to find out his fate. If blue is picked, Roderick's up. Red means the aristocratic woman steps in. Super unbiased. A tough call, between an experienced veteran and a rookie noble. Guess who's getting picked for dodgeball? The leader calls Jenna to bring the lots. She dashes over, probably hoping not to trip on invisible banana peels. Intense stares. The lots are revealed: one red, one blue. Everything is riding on this single draw. The black-haired guy worries. Did the woman with the sly grin notice the trick too? Time for fate to decide. A gloved hand reaches in. Who's going to get the wildcard roll? The dark-haired hero slams his hand down with intensity, aiming for a mysterious object in a high-stakes challenge. His instincts go wild, deciding the left is the correct one, and grabbing for the prize like it's $1 million. Suddenly, a red-haired magician enters, her eyes sharp, sizing up the competition with a smirk. Flames roar up behind the hero and he spins around, shocked, yelling, "Fire magic?" The hero and another challenger wrestle for the prize, both refusing to let go as tension skyrockets. The hero glares and asks, "Are you a magician?" as the fiery power threatens to turn this challenge upside down. The magician introduces herself, fire blazing in her hand, flexing her rare skills like someone flexes their new car. The hero tries to negotiate, "Be a gentleman and let this go. We really need a magician." Too bad for him, nobody's playing nice today. Apparently, magicians are ultimate rares. Warriors and thieves are common, but magicians are like trying to win the lottery. The magician looks confused, asking what's going on, as another teammate yells, "That's cheating." Guess nobody read the rulebook. The heroes debate whether to leave things to luck or not, but Sword Guy insists on controlling the plan himself. Redhead and the old man are arguing, and honestly, even Google Maps couldn't help them figure out what's happening. Redhead is completely lost while the old man plays the strong, silent type. Teamwork level expert confusion. Redhead is disgusted by their treatment, and the old man finally agrees. Even villains would say, "That's harsh." Pink-haired girl sets up a game of chance, claiming no one can cheat. Luck versus fairness. Sounds about as balanced as a seesaw with one kid. Sword Guy and the mysterious woman agree to let fate choose, but no grudges allowed, even if you get the short end. Sword Guy dramatically pulls a strip from the box, trusting pure luck to decide. Tension in the air is thicker than his jacket. With a confident grin, Sword Guy declares the decision final. The woman doesn't seem thrilled but stays silent. Sword Guy picks Iolka for his team, and the game system announces party formations like it's an online event. Suddenly, Redhead is shocked as a guy drags someone away. "Let me go," echoes as she stands frozen in surprise. This guy completely loses it and screams, "Han, did you say we could live if we worked hard? This is not right at all." Han shuts him down, commanding everyone to enter, while a new magician named Iolka gets singled out for the test. Han warns intensely, telling Iolka to go in unless she wants to end up like those who couldn't learn support skills. Suddenly, Iolka's avatar appears. She just leveled up after a shiny synthesis, looking way more awesome. Han keeps it cold. He looks at Iolka and says, "If you lag behind, that's what will become of you." Meanwhile, the creepy fairy declares there's no avoiding synthesis, and tells everyone that hard work is literally the only way to survive. The bearded guy looks horrified as Han announces it's the next terrified person's turn, because, yep, you're just synthesis materials now. The intense fairy unleashes magic, opening up the crack of time and space, and suddenly it's like jumping into another universe. And just when you thought it couldn't get weirder, Iolka grins. Han reminds everyone the test is just starting, no pressure, right? Iolka is told she'll be the main character of this crazy battle, and she's totally ready. Someone get her a coffee, she's earned it. Our main guy stares down the portal, then asks the red-haired magician, "Hey, what magic can you use?" The magician crosses her arms and fires back, "Why are you asking me that?" He leans in, eyes serious. "Do you hate fighting? Just answer." She looks stunned and confused. He pushes back, "Didn't you come here to fight?" She clutches her chest, complaining, "This is so unpleasant." The magician panics, looking for a reason to fight. "If you don't, you'll end up like those other guys." The main guy's eyes glow in the shadows. "I'll ask you again, what magic can you use?" Guess he's not here to teach party tricks.